Hey everybody, welcome to Things Are Getting Sketchy, the Arbor Day-ish edition. Because honestly, fuck that Earth Day. It's riding on the coattails of Arbor Day. So we're all about planting the trees and getting into the green. And tonight we have got a full house with us. We got Mike Rooth. Because we can't do a green without Mike being in on this one. Got to get some either, I don't know, what are you doing Swamp Thing there tonight? What are you doing tonight, Mike?
And Woodrue piece, kind of a Arch Enemies style piece. 11 by 17 on green paper. The light in here is terrible right now, but it should get better as it gets darker here. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. All right. And Richard, what's going on with you, man? Richard Pace, I should say.
I'm doing Abby and Swamp Thing.
Nice.
Doing Abby and Swamp Thing. I realized I never drew Abby before, and one of my favorite Swamp Thing pieces is one of the covers for the early trades. And I figured just print out some stuff so I remember how her hair went, and draw Swamp Thing and Abby, because I haven't drawn Swamp Thing since back during the food bank project days.
Wow. Awesome. All right, and the prodigal son making his return, Karl Waller.
Hey, we're going to have Groot and Poison Ivy.
Nice. Doing them crossover books again.
Yep.
Cool. All right. And tonight's technical problem child, Jason Flowers. Jason, what's going on?
Usually that's
make
me.
it fun, man. It's got to be fun and interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can never start on time. People would be concerned if we ever started on time. Yeah. Again, if we're 15 minutes late, we're 5 minutes early, so it's all good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fashionably late is how I look at it.
So what are you doing tonight?
I'm getting crazy. I'm gonna get crazy here. I'm gonna do a Toxic Crusader.
Wow.
They were all about the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And then can't really make it out, but I'm gonna attempt a man thing. And then you sent an awesome list of stuff, and Killer Tomatoes was on it, so there's gonna be a Killer Tomato.
Very cool.
I am obsessed with Killer Tomatoes, and then if I have time, I'm gonna try to paint over this cover a Swamp Thing. So we'll see.
Nice.
I'm overzealous, but
all right. And bringing up the multi art pieces, we got Dan Lansdown.
Hey, I got starting us off here a Hexus from Ferngully.
nice.
So I'm going to do a little Battle of the Fairies against Hexus here. And then I've been working on this little Groot playing Pokemon. That'll be coming up afterwards.
Nice. And we discussed earlier, you're going to be singing Toxic Love while you work on Hexes, right?
Yes, while I work on that Hexes.
Tim Curry.
Yeah. So actually, last night I
will do my best to.
I was going to do some pre-game work and bone up on the Swamp Thing series again, but that's not streaming anywhere anymore. You gotta straight up buy that shit if you want to watch that show.
Oh,
The one that
yeah,
came out from DC.
Yeah. It's not. I thought it might be on the HBO Max, but
Yeah, I was hoping it would be, but
I guess they're not going to bother since it's only one season, one and done. But yeah, it was a bit disappointing.
it could have been so much better than it was too. I loved it. I thought it was note perfect, just about. But it's a shame it got it got 7 episodes chopped off the end. That was a real heartbreaker. Yeah, too bad.
Yeah,
Really awesome show. I loved it.
But stupidity that happened there, right?
I heard different things. There was something about a tax credit, a massive tax credit that didn't happen, that caused it to get kind of shot down. But I heard that was completely debunked. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, to be honest.
Yeah, I've heard everything from that.
The tax credit does play in, but there was some miscommunication. It was actually promised money that didn't materialize. There was like a whole bunch of like funding that was supposed to come in from outside sources locally.
Oh, I see.
And then suddenly it was like, oh, the WB was like, well, hold it, can we get a tax credit bigger than we got? And they went, nope.
Huh.
And that was it.
Huh.
Suddenly a series that was going to be profitable based on like first couple episodes was going to be hugely in the red.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I chatted with Derek Mears about it, and he basically said that, you know, they would have loved to have obviously seen it through, but yeah, because of the sudden shift in the budgetary situation, they said they could have carried it through all the way to the end, but the last like 4 episodes would have just been the cast sitting in a room reading the script on film. Like that's all they would have had room in the budget for.
I would have taken it.
I would have watched it. I would love where they were going, man. I would have taken it. I thought that they were just starting to scratch the surface with Abby. I really thought that she was perfectly cast, and I thought that they were going to start to delve into her madness, and you know, we're going to see the transformation with her hair and all that kind of stuff happen as well. Like I really did feel like they were trying to stay close to it while making, you know, whatever necessary changes they had. Like, you know, in the show, of course, you've got Woodrue who experiments on himself and becomes a Floronic Man. But when we meet that story in the comics, Woodrue is already a fully established character, and he's simply a doctor studying, you know, why is Swamp Thing different than me, kind of, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I thought he was perfect in the show too, and you just get to see him transform at the end, and then, you know, that's it. So they left it in really good place to start it up again if they felt inclined to do so, I think, but it's hard to say. Maybe the film will wrap some of it up. Maybe the film will be completely independent of the show. It's hard to say, eh?
Are they doing a film?
Yeah, that's one of the big announcements that came out. And I can't remember. Someone will know better than I will, but the director who's doing it is shit. He's pretty well known for that kind of horror stuff. So people feel like it's going to be a nice.
Oh, is it James Wan still? I mean, because he was the one directing the show.
No, it's not him. It's someone else. Yeah. Okay. Can't remember who they said. The guy's also doing, I think he's also doing a Star Wars film, but it's not one of those guys that you normally see attached to Star Wars films, I don't think. I don't know much about movies and directors and all that. I apologize, but
as you should.
Yeah, it's never been something I've really
piqued my interest and failed to explain.
Yeah. I just watch the movies. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I've noticed from your recommendations. That's a true statement.
Yes, clearly, yes. Yeah. I just consume. I don't care. No, I love the show.
Will that be your supervillain name?
What's that?
Will that be your supervillain name?
I just consume.
Mike Rooth, the consumer.
The consumer, yeah. I am the consumer.
I consume them. I do not create them. I do not care.
So, Karl, how are we doing on Axles?
First issue's done, and Wes is coloring like a fiend. I mistakenly gave Dan permission to treat me like an editor, so now he's being mean to me and insisting that I get things finished. How dare he?
What a jerk!
Damn his eyes. Yeah.
How dare he expect good things from you guys? The best.
Yeah. It kind of sucks, but you know what you can do. We got Wes doing some really crazy shit with colors, and I was uncomfortable approaching him with this and saying, basically, don't color out like you. Get crazy and get really loose and have a really good time with it. And we have specific stuff we want for the colors, like when the characters are in hell, the my suggestion to Dan was, wow, what if we color keyed it a certain color like what you got in the Matrix? And then his suggestion was, what if the colors while they're in hell are yanked up to 11? I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking cool. And the colors while they are on Earth are actually really bland and drab. So, yeah. And Wes gave us some quote sketches of how I thought it would go, and I'm like, just like that. And now it's getting him because as he's coloring stuff, he keeps tightening down and becoming Wes. And they're like, stop that.
Be this new monster.
Well, it's just, and the whole thing is like, dude, color outside the lines, you know? And I was amazed at what it looked like when he just, instead of flatting it and giving these like airbrushy effects and stuff, it was almost as if he had like printed it off and taken a watercolor brush and gone whap, whap, whap. And I'm like, that's it. And my stuff is usually so tight, you would think I wouldn't want that, but I loved it. So yeah, pretty excited. It was cool to see stuff finally happen. Pain in the ass drawing the truck all the time. Ugh.
Oh man, vehicles suck.
Tractor trailer, yeah. Boy, there's a lot more to those than you imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have them downgrade to like a UPS truck or something.
Yeah.
Save yourself
Actually,
some time.
Stephen, I just sent you, I don't know if you caught it in your email or not, but I did manage to get you the all the black and whites from the first issue.
You sent me all of the issue and I conveniently asked you how the book's going. What are the odds?
Yeah, who would know? What the hell?
Man, sometimes the planets just line up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's going on. Apparently, Dan wants to have a bunch of it done when we Kickstarter it. For some reason, I wouldn't know why.
Well, there's nothing worse than being on the hook, man. Like I've only ever wanted to do Dodge when Kickstarters for Dodge when I was 90%, at least 90% done. I think last time I only had a couple of pages left to ink and a cover to come up with. And this year I think we're going to be running the Kickstarter next month, but I'm probably still I'm probably better than halfway through the inks on it, but some of these pages are pretty crazy and they're going to take some time. There's going to be a lot of time consuming bits. So I'm probably going to be inking it while the Kickstarter is running, which will at least give me something to post each day, like a snapshot of spoiler-free snapshots, etc.
I love it. I'm in Dodge. I'm a Russian a-hole. It's great.
You're the ultimate Russian a-hole in Dodge. It's great.
Yeah, there's no need to put a qualifier on that.
Hey, shut up, you. Yeah, I'm not giving anything away, but I'm like, yeah, I'm the asshole. Great.
Yeah. I haven't sent them to you yet because I want to wait till those ones are inked, and you got a tricky likeness, but you sent me great photos, so I think I managed to pull it off. Plus, you're wearing a balaclava. So there's only so much I can work with there.
If you need more reference and you want like specific poses, let me know, and I'll.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, those pages are pretty much ready to go now. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I think it's going to be all right.
Mike, is this the guy who's going to be in the nude scene next?
No.
What? I'm not. Wait a minute.
Although it's funny that you mentioned that. I was actually going to mention it today. I actually do have a nude scene to draw in this comic. I kind of just glazed over it when I read the script way back when I first got it, and I'm coming up to that page, and I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I got to draw some full frontal male nudity, which is kind of an interesting thing I haven't had to draw in a comic book before. So it'll pretty much guarantee my mother won't want to read it, but
or maybe it will.
We'll see how it goes, but yeah.
Yeah, don't just assume.
I have high hopes now.
Your mom reads your comics?
Yeah, boy, yeah. Jason, you couldn't sound a little more, depressed about it. Yeah,
Wow.
Like, wait,
Man,
what? Your
you have
mom reads your
supportive
comic?
parents? What?
I'm not sure if anyone actually in my family has read my comic. I know my mom said she read the first 2 issues. I'm not sure if she got to issue 3 yet, but
Damn.
yeah, she likes it. Yeah.
And you didn't have to pay her anything?
No, she's pretty critical though, which is good. And
Well, now she's going to say that Willie's too small.
That looks nothing like your father's.
As big as your dad.
Now you're just gonna get. Mike's not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
That doesn't look anything like yours.
See, now you wish you never told us this story.
yeah. I should have waited to let y'all re-see it for the first time when it comes out. But anyway, that's what I'm drawing tomorrow. Probably that's going to be tomorrow's.
Cool.
We're
Sunday's work.
We're just gonna be like, what is this? All-Star Batman?
Yeah, it's definitely the All-Star Batman moment of Dodge for sure, but maybe not exactly as you think, but
So instead of a
Did you know
werebear,
that bears actually have a penis bone?
What's that?
Bears have a penis bone. So if a guy's a werebear and he's getting full frontal, it's actually he's growing a bone in there.
The more you know.
All right.
The more you know.
Some scenes we have a bear, some scenes we have a hog.
I thought you were going to go, sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
So Jason, how's things going on Bounty Bullfrog?
They are done. I'm finally done with issue 2. Thank freaking God. I just I'm in like this editing stage and getting the files ready, and I'm having to letter it, so I get the joy of the art of lettering, and it's finally done. So I'm hoping it can be printed and ready to ship out by the end of May. So.
Nice.
You do your own lettering too?
I have to. Yeah, I can't afford to pay anyone.
I get you, man.
Not anymore.
Yeah. I really do feel like sometimes that the letterer we have for Dodge is the savior of the book, man. Like the guy Matt Krotzer, he's unbelievable. He does a lot of work too, like on a lot of indie projects. But he's just a real wizard when it comes to stuff like sound effects and stuff. And I really do feel like he is the star player of the book in a lot of ways. He really brings something that I never really had a lot of appreciation for it until I started making an actual comic that was coming out and being published, and just being like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. So I feel like it's worth the money, but I completely understand, man. I know it's not cheap.
It's fun. It's fun though. It's fun because you're learning how you're not only like as a storyteller, you're making people flow from panel to panel consciously, but the lettering's doing the same thing. And like you said, like sound effects really make a difference and just kind of like bring pages to life so much. And I've learned a lot through lettering. So it's pretty interesting.
It's a skill set I've never really spent a lot of time developing, and I kind of wish I had. I'm always amazed. You see some of the old school guys, like I'll see, I've taken classes with Ty Templeton, and my friend Sam Agro comes to mind as well. Like I'll see him just sit down at a show and blast out a sign for his table, and he just hand letters the whole thing, and it comes out like he's just writing, just like that's just how he writes in comic book fonts. Like it just looks unbelievably cool. He'll bang out a quick sign like commissions are X amount of dollars or whatever, and he'll just draw it and prop it up on his desk, and he'll do it like when he sits down that morning. And I always think that's just an amazing thing. It would take me all day to lay that shit out and feel confident enough to to draw those letters like that perfectly. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Dan hauled off and got Pat Russo to letter Axles. So
Right on.
I'm kind of like, yeah, that's not intimidating. Okay. So.
All right, what am I doing here? Okay, let's get some ink on this bad boy. Only problem is with this Metanes paper, the ink that I use, which is just Speedball ink, it even in washes, it tends to dry kind of shiny on this paper, which is frustrating. But don't really have any other options right now. So I got gouache, which won't be shiny, but can be kind of a pain in the ass to throw color on top of after. So I'll figure out something.
Switch over to acrylic gouache.
Yeah, I have some of that actually. I might do that in the black acrylic gouache. I could just do the lines and the solids with that, and then I could do the washes with color maybe. Yeah, maybe that's the way to go. That's the way to go. Good solution.
So Daniel, what's going on with you right now, man?
Oh, work mostly. Yeah, hella busy with work. And yeah, that's about it. I'm really excited that I've got my first comic cover coming out for
Yeah,
Rebel
congrats
Girls.
on that, man.
Cool.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
So that's
Congratulations.
up for pre-order right now through Previews World and through any of your local shops. I think deadlines end of May 24th, May 25th, something like that.
Nice.
But I got links all over my social media pages on that.
That's another book that Matt Krotzer is inking or lettering actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebel
Yeah,
Girl,
but that
right?
was Danny Harrell's been busting his ass getting that
Yeah,
thing
man.
ready. He's another person just like you, Jason, man, just kind of learning it from the ground up. And,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. That first one is definitely a tough one. So I'm grateful to come along for the ride and
Oh yeah, man.
get to try some new things out. I'm working on a few more covers for the next issues as well.
Oh,
Nice.
cool, man. That's great.
Very.
Okay.
So, what are you actually working on there, Daniel?
This is Hexus.
No, I
from,
meant like paper.
from-
It looks thicker than paper. Like,
Oh, this is canvas.
oh, you're doing it on canvas. Oh
this is
shit.
it. Yep.
Okay.
So this is a canvas. I had an underpainting from months ago that I did, and I just poured a bunch of green on it today, and I was like, all right, we're gonna make this. This is it. So that's the start.
Very cool.
But it's perfect for some chaotic fairy fight here. With,
I'm working on canvas. Okay.
I'm also working on wood.
Yeah.
So this will be the next one. Is good old piece of cherry here.
I'm so excited about all this art. I am too. That's right. We're gonna see if we can drop a dick joke every 30 minutes at least in this show.
You gonna
I'm
use
having
a
a
wood
lot of
burner
fun
for that
painting
one?
lately. I am, yeah. I'm gonna pull out the wood burner. I've been, I don't know. I've been feeling like going back to my roots and doing a lot more painting, and really, I haven't done wood burning in almost a year. So it'll be nice to jump back into that.
And I'm gonna take back my statement earlier. Wood burner. That's my finishing move. Hey, Daniel. Rob's asking how big is the canvas?
Around, I think 11 by 14.
All right.
That, yeah. I think it's that or 10 by 12, something like that.
That was a wash. It's the only curse with this acrylic gouache is if you actually lay down washes, they become basically like a thin plastic coat that repels anything you put on top. So
It's got more acrylic.
yeah, it just becomes acrylic at that point. But it's nice and matte, which I love. I love the way this stuff dries. It's you never have to worry about any kind of weird scans. Like it's just black. That's it. That's what you get.
Yeah.
Michael Pena is a little disappointed no one's doing the Hulk since apparently the Hulk brought plant life back to Sakaar.
Yes, he did. That's actually true. You know what? You're not wrong, Mr. Pena. That's true. He did restore all of Sakaar. But and then literally after that story was over, Hulk became the worst comic book ever because that's when you got into the Red Hulk shit, and I'm not even going to start that again today.
So wait, so the Hulk, the Hulk brought vegetation back to a planet.
So the Hulk was the ruler of Sakaar.
I'm really looking for a yes or no on this one because you're gonna kill my joke. You're gonna kill my joke. You're gonna kill my joke. God damn it!
He restored the whole planet.
Forget it. Forget it. Done. Go ahead. Tell your little story, Mike. Get into the details. Panel by panel this thing.
Sorry, man.
I didn't need to lay out a joke. That's cool.
Shut down.
Terrible.
Mm-hmm. All right, I need to fill my beer. I'll be right back.
So I'm hoping at Niagara Falls Comic-Con in June, which I'm fortunate enough to be a guest at this year. Ric Flair is coming. So I'm hoping that I can do a panel or something at the show and actually tell the story about the time Ric Flair told me to fuck off while he's at the show. I think that would make for some interesting heat at the show. And
challenge him.
All I want to get is one 4 Horsemen sign thrown at me by Ric Flair. That's all I've ever wanted since I was 10 years old. So, if I can get that to happen this week, that weekend, that would be awesome. But if not, I'll make sure everyone who comes to my table in Niagara Falls hears that story.
Knows he's an ass.
Yeah.
Crush this poor kid's dream.
Yep, crushed me on my 40th birthday, no less.
Still talks about it.
Still talks about it. Still traumatized. In front of all my friends, it was a nightmare. It was terrible.
So if I told you to tell that story again, would that make me a bad person? Or
No. No. It's I just took my fandom of Ric Flair to it was my birthday. I was feeling confident, and I instead of meeting him in an appropriate way, I tried to buy him a drink, which did not go as planned. Let's just put it that way.
You tried to buy him a drink? And
yeah. Okay, so here's the story, I guess. I'll tell it just in case.
Come on.
So
I love it.
It was Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Or no, sorry, it was Montreal Comic-Con. And it was my 40th birthday weekend. And the show had treated me very, very well all weekend long. And it was just an awesome show. And Ric Flair was there. And I was very excited because I had previously... Flair had previously come to the Niagara Falls show, and I did a special print of that with Ric Flair. He's actually on the poster that year on the program. It was Ric Flair throwing a chop into this giant monster that was coming out of the Niagara Falls, and it was all the celebrities were on there at the time who were at the show, and a big kind of fight scene. It was a lot of fun. But I also did a special print that people could get signed, and it was Ric Flair fighting with the figure 4 leg lock on Captain Kirk, William Shatner, who was also at the show. So all I wanted, I was sitting right across from those guys, and all I wanted was to get Flair's acknowledgement. But Flair was kind of out of it that weekend, and he would sign anything. He would have signed your baby. He would have signed your grandma's head. He would have signed whatever you brought to this table. It didn't matter, So he was signing stuff, and I was watching him sign it and throw a woo every so often. But he made no reaction to the artwork. Bill Shatner did. He thought it was cute. He gave kind of a half smile, and the first one that I saw him sign, and that was a pretty good little bit of feedback. Anyway, that whole weekend came and went. I never got a chance to meet Ric Flair. So again, a few months later, a couple years later, I guess he's in Niagara Falls or in Montreal, and I'm there for my birthday weekend. And the show had asked me to create an image of Ric Flair for the show that could be for their VIP guests, like in their VIP passes, they get a special lithograph of Ric Flair. So I drew Flair from the late 70s, sort of like young and fit with his the world championship belt. And I made the belt actually look like the show's, brand logo on the championship belt. It was a cool piece. They brought it to Ric Flair that day, and he lost his mind, apparently. He loved it. He went running around showing people. He was so excited about it. But they didn't bring him over to meet me, and I didn't get a chance to go over to meet him. But they came back and told me that he loved the artwork, and he, was really, really happy. And I thought, well, he's staying at the same hotel as me. Who knows? Maybe I'll run into him. That would be kind of cool because I ran into Eric Bischoff, who was traveling with Ric Flair earlier that day, and Bischoff was really nice. So anyway, we finished the show. We get into the Gazette, which is a little restaurant built off of the hotel that we're all staying at. And I walk in with my wife and a bunch of my friends. And Ric Flair's sitting there at the bar with Eric Bischoff and also Ric Flair's wife at the time, Wendy, I believe. And they were just sitting there enjoying a drink. And I thought the bar was empty. There's Ric Flair sitting there. The smart thing to do would have been to walk up and introduce myself and say, hey, I'm the guy that did that painting that you liked so much today. And that would have been my in. That would have been cool. But no. I had to be Mr. Cool. And I asked the bartender what Flair was drinking, which was a rosé on ice, which I thought was kind of gross. But I was like, well, let's have 2 of those then. And please send one down to the 16-time world champion. And my plan was to sit at the end of the bar and throw him the 4 Horsemen sign in the hopes that he would throw it back. That's all it was. That's all I wanted. This is the little fantasy I had in my head. Anyway, bartender gets him to drink, walks up to Ric Flair. I'm standing there with a sign ready. I'm throwing it. I'm waiting. And the bartender walks up to Flair, and Flair, without even looking at me, just jabs his thumb towards me, looks at the bartender and says, tell that guy to fuck off.
Aw.
And that's my Ric Flair story. And it was really sad. I looked over there, and there was Eric Bischoff sitting there like he had just eaten the most delicious plate of shit he'd ever seen, smiling at me like an evil rat. It was amazing. But Ric Flair wouldn't even look at me. And so we very shortly after that left the bar and went somewhere else. And that is my story. So
what made him say that? Did someone?
Well, I actually got to talk to Bret Hart about that because I told that story to Bret Hart when I had a chance to talk to him. And he said,
getting better and better.
He says the thing is about that, a lot of wrestlers won't take a drink when it's served to them at a bar because, they're going to be afraid that someone's roofied it or something like that because, everyone always wants to challenge wrestlers to fights and stuff. He's like, I can't tell you how many times people would challenge me to a fight. A bunch of wrestlers would all show up at a bar and there'd be some drunk loudmouth local who wants to see how tough we really are. He's like, so that's all. I'm sure that's all it was. He's like, you should have just walked up and said, hey, I'm Mike Rooth. I'm the guy that did that fucking painting.
All right.
Yeah, that's okay. Maybe I'll do another piece this year for Niagara Falls and I'll do it the way it ought to be done. But or maybe I won't even care because maybe he won't care either, No,
what you should do is you should do a page telling that story, blow it up to poster size, and give it away free at the con. People are going to go up to Flair and get him to sign this.
That'd be cool.
Like, fuck, I look like an asshole.
That would be cool, actually. I'm really excited that Jesse Ventura's there, actually. I'm hoping I get to meet him. I think he's awesome. I've always been a fan. Although I'm pissed off. I can't get Running Man anywhere. They got every fucking Schwarzenegger movie out there, but I can't find Running Man anywhere.
Yeah, I haven't been able to track that one down either.
I know it's cheesy as hell, but I love that fucking movie.
It's a great one.
It's fun to see Richard Dawson be a bad guy.
I'm from Winnipeg, and Winnipeg used to be the wrestling capital of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It might still be, but I don't live there anymore.
No, Montreal.
And all the wrestlers who worked at Winnipeg would go to the same gym I worked at as because there weren't that many gyms around. So I got to meet Jesse the Bloody Ventura and Adrian Adonis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And how I did it was really kind of fucked up. So it's like I should be more of a wrestling fan because I can tell this story. But I'm doing bench presses in the gym, and I'm nearing the end of my last set on chest day, and I'm pretty white. All of a sudden, this flat bottom shoe gets put like right above my face, and this voice growls, "Do 2 more." So I do 2 more, barely. And it's Jesse fucking Ventura.
Amazing.
And he just decided to fuck with me because there was this kid there doing bench presses. And I think he wanted to do bench presses right after because that's what I remember. And it's like, I just went, holy shit, all right. And he went, all right, good, get out. And I was standing there, and I'm going, I know this guy. We looked at him, he wasn't wearing like the weird tights and like the feather boa.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then I looked over and I saw this fat blonde guy with a big box of Robin's donuts. And I went, oh, Adrian Adonis, it's Jesse Ventura.
They were the East, what are they called? The East Coast Connection or something in those days. They were badasses, man. When they were like AWA champs. They were the two of them together were fucking absolute badasses. Before Adrian Adonis kind of changed his character and became that other gimmick, but before that, they were just leather jacket wearing, like tough guy biker kind of gimmicks,
Yeah.
That's super cool.
One time, restaurant I was working in as a chef, the Freebirds. I don't know if you remember those guys.
Yeah.
Way back.
Oh yeah.
They started a fight in the fucking restaurant. They came in, blitzed out of their minds. It couldn't have been booze. They were like weird.
Oh yeah.
And they just started. One of them started running up, and we had this counter that went all the way around the kitchen. And one of them started running on the counter, yelling at people. And there were some people eating at the counter. He was like kicking over their food, and it started a fight.
Oh jeez.
Cops came, hauled everyone away.
Yeah, the Freebirds were trouble, man. Bad Street USA. They weren't pissing around. What year would that have been?
This would have been about 84.
Oh yeah, so that was, but it would have been. Let's see, it would have been Michael P.S. Hayes and Big Terry Gordy and probably Buddy Roberts at the time. Yeah, that would have been the lineup in those days. That would have been cool. Yeah, Winnipeg was always a stop on the wrestling. It's always a stop on the metal tour. It's always anytime Motorhead came to Canada, they usually stopped in Winnipeg. It used to be like kind of the metal capital,
It was the test market for metal in North America.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Any new metal or punk band, they would if an album, a record company wanted to try out their album, they'd play it on local stations because we had a lot of like borderline pirate stations.
Yep.
And so I mean, it's like we'd hear about Husker Du and all these other like hard bands before anyone else in North America really, unless they flew to Europe a lot. It was like really weird, but I mean, it's where I grew up. So It's like, I go everywhere and go Husker Du, and people go like, who?
I can't hear Husker Du without thinking Joe Dirt and having David say, hey, Husker Do's, Husker Don'ts. When he's talking about the fireworks. Every time in my head. Jason, did you finish your killer tomato?
I did.
Awesome. What's up next, man? So I don't know if you got my note or not, but your camera's still kind of getting a little low grade there. There you go. Nice.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Makes the camera's still glitching.
Yeah, it went back to low standard definition there.
I have no idea, man.
Yeah. We'll get you a real camera.
Yeah, Stefan wouldn't rest until I had a real camera setup.
Oh, I got super excited when Richard asked a couple weeks ago. Right, I was like, "All right, give me a list." I'm like, "Oh yes, I will." And I'll be tech support for the next week and a half to make sure it works right.
And it did. I did that whole weekend of streaming, and it went well.
Oh man, you hooked me up straight away when we got started with this. You're just like, okay, here's what you need. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to send it to you. Never mind. And you just send me all this shit. Camera shows up, all these cool like extended arm stands and all this like speakers and like all this setup. I was like, God damn, this is amazing.
Oh, and real quick, Mike, Running Man comes out, and you can get it on Blu-ray right now, but it comes out in 4K and digital May 23rd.
Of this year? Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's
Yeah, right on.
cool seeing Dawson be the bad guy.
Yeah, he was so great in that. He's the whole movie for me, really. But
It was great.
Oh, it's perfect. Yeah, we need a kind of a shitty game show host.
Oh yeah,
or really cheesy. Yep, let's bring
like a slimy one. Yeah, he's just perfect. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, there's so many things about that movie I love. I mean, the cheesy one-liners obviously are so horrible, but I was thirsty for any kind of like gladiatorial style, kind of stories back then, and I just really loved that movie. I loved the different. I think I went and tried to create like other concepts for characters. Like I probably saw that in like grade 6 or 7 or something like that. The first time. So. Yeah, I can't even remember when I saw it, but yeah, making up characters that would fit in that world, in that show. I just loved it.
Is that the Stephen King one?
Yep. It was a Stephen King one. I actually wondered if that was maybe the reason why it was hard to, because like they had Raw Deal and everything on last night. I was going through the Schwarzenegger like stuff, and I did not find Running Man. I thought that was really weird that like everything else from that era was there, Commando and Predator and everything, but.
My favorite line was from that is, "I had this shirt for it, but you fucked it up."
Yeah. There's some real cheesy shit in that. Like when is it Rodriguez, like the lady partner in the show? She comes around the corner and she's got this huge cannon. I don't know where she got it. And she's standing there holding the gun, and he's like, "Where did you hide that?" And she's like, "None of your business." Something like that. And I'm just like, "Oh God."
Yeah. My prison pocket.
Yeah.
This is it. The reason it's not anywhere right now is because Paramount has it on their streaming platform.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
So everything right now that Paramount has like clawed back to try to, make Paramount Plus a thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's why I've reverted back to like trying to find DVDs and Blu-rays again, man. I'm tired of stuff being censored or episodes missing, or it's on this platform, but you don't have that one. Okay, well, you have to hope that it comes on in a couple months. And
well, I switched to a Plex server a few years ago when Bezo was in an interview.
Yeah, I love Plex.
And he basically said, "Oh no, like, people don't own streaming movies. It's like a perpetual rent."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, yep." And I was like, "Okay, at that point, I am building my own server and buying my movies again."
Yeah.
Oh, I think we talked about this last time I was on. I had ordered the Dragon Slayer remaster.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah. Did you watch it yet?
Oh, it's so good.
Really?
It's clear they ran out of budget for fixing all the compositing and everything. So it's like the last couple scenes where it's like, yeah, they ran a few filters over this just to clean it up a bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that key sequence where he's first fighting the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so you're enjoying it for those scenes. Like you're not enjoying it for the story itself.
Oh, the story is the same.
But the
movie I watched like 3 times in the cinema. Right?
Gotcha. No, I was just saying, like when you said it was so good, I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page on because
it's as good as it always was, but it's amazing how all the non-special effect shots are all upgraded.
Oh yeah, they're
like
great.
Really good quality now.
And
all that grain's gone, everything. And then that wonderful stop motion dragon just
looks great.
So works.
Yeah. I mean, like you did see the mat a little bit when it was flying around the tower, or the not tower, but the spire, and it was forgivable. It was but like, oh man, I forgot just how bad of a story it was, and just like the wizard getting himself killed for really no reason other than the fact that he just couldn't be bothered to fucking take a journey, and like clues nobody in, and how he figures it out was just so dumb luck. But the thing that I laughed out loud at Do you realize that Dragon Slayer ends the exact same way History of the World Part 1 does? Like,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, okay, good. You
Oh my god, I never realized that before. I
didn't
Holy
realize
shit.
until I watched it this time. I'm like, shit, the only thing he didn't say was what we need is a miracle. You know, and but he literally says, oh, what we need is a horse, and then the horse shows up. You know, and then he laughs like maniacally, and then they ride off into the sunset. And I'm like, that's the same ending as History of the World Part 1. Like, you know, if they just would have interrupted the credits with Jews in space and Hitler on ice and Viking funeral, they would have been, you know, shot for shot. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the dragon looked great, and like, you know, when they had the scene with the sacrifice and everything, all that looked awesome.
Yeah. And that's why I got it again for, right? I mean, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's totally worth it for that. And it's like, and you know, if you want to see the Weasley museum curator from Ghostbusters 2, you know,
Yeah, that's the guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually wipe out a dragon, you know, can't go wrong.
Well, actually, he doesn't. It's still the wizard.
Technically, I mean, because, you know, he put some damage to the dragon, but yes, the wizard did the final kill. Yeah. You're right.
I mean, he did. Yeah. Watching that fight again after all these years, all I remember was him jumping on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it's like, because I've now watched it twice since I got it. It's like he stabs that dragon in the neck like 5 times.
Yeah, he does some damage.
I mean, and the dragon just like rolling with it, and I'm going, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot the nightmares I had as a child watching that with the baby dragons eating the princess.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa. I mean, that's something you would not see in a movie today. It just would not happen. And it like, because like the one baby dragon basically snaps through at the ankle and pulls the leg apart. And I was like, oh fuck. Yeah. Like, Jim Henson got his paycheck that day.
Yeah. But rewatching it, that princess was suicidal to the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like hold it. I didn't get a chance to get sacrificed. Well, I'm gonna fix it so I die.
Yeah, I mean,
it's such a weird.
I get her point because, you know, her dad. You know, it's like, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, we don't know what's going on with her. You know, shit might be sideways, but yeah, she was done with it. But yeah, I actually dug what she did, because then she, like, you know, refused to be saved. And then of course, that she falls. Like, that was the only thing I wish she wouldn't have happened, like having her fall, because it kind of took away her, you know, moment of self-sacrifice to being just, you know, throw some Keystone Cops music on it and it turns into, you know, buffoonery. But, yeah. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it made me realize like how lazy writing was back in the day when there was probably only 30 people writing things.
Yeah.
Danny said that's how we have pretty much just the Nickelodeon streaming app. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get, you know, oh man, like 24 hours of SpongeBob. That would just, God damn. Someone would have to get hurt.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating violence. What? I'm sorry, what?
I'm going to have to brag and say I've never seen a single moment of SpongeBob.
Oh, it's a shame. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good show, but you just can't do it in long doses because, you know, it's a cartoon made in, you know, the heyday when cartoons were just strobing, flashing colors and loud screams at the camera. But they laid some great jokes in that show. They had some.
They did.
Yeah.
There were some not for children jokes in there that were, you know, pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, Danny's into Double Dare, I guess. That's a show I've never seen. Gonna
Double Dare?
Yeah, well, I
Really?
mean, that came out when I was not a kid. Wasn't
Yeah,
my
Double
fault.
Dare was shit.
Very, very early 90s.
Yeah. I was in the military at that point.
Mm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I still fucked with cartoons. I watched Tiny Toons and Animaniacs every day, but yeah, I just
I don't
wasn't.
remember Double Dare. I don't think.
You
It
were
was
you
That's
were
a game-
Nickelodeon's game show.
It's a game show, right? Like that's where the
Yeah.
yak came
Yeah.
from, or some shit like that, or the goop,
It's
or whatever.
slime.
Slime,
They were the
that's
slime.
Oh,
people and
okay.
shit. They would run through like this stupid little maze thing with like a fake hand and a fake foot or some shit. It was
It's
pretty dumb, but
Oh, we've been watching it, and like when you watch it, the early episodes, they have no clue what they're doing because they're just learning how to like create this game show. And watching these kids run through this obstacle course within like they've got like 30, 50 seconds or whatever to do all these little things, and they're just kind of like pushing them along, like go 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 go, win the flag, get this. And then after it's done, and you just watch these two kids like traumatized. They just look like they've just been through some crazy shit, and they're just like, what just happened to me? Like they're like listing all the prizes if they like that they won from each challenge, and they're just like in shell shock of just
now you have
what
my interest.
occurred. It's pretty funny.
Kids in shell shock. I mean,
it's like this does sound like great. shit.
I thought I was out. So are you working on
I'm
Man
gonna
Thing
let
right
this
now,
dry
Jason?
for a bit.
Oh. Jason, is that Man Thing you're doing now?
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt a man thing.
Sweet.
It's not giant sized.
I was gonna whip up my man.
No, this is since I'm trying to get so many pieces done. Let's see. This is 5. I think it's 5 by 5. Yeah, it's 5 by 5. So,
You guys are just out to kill the jokes tonight. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Fuck. Like I'm dealing with a bunch of.
did I mess it up?
I'm dealing with a bunch of Draxes here. Not one of you catch sarcasm. It's all Oh, you're literally. Fuck.
I'm game.
Yeah. You are getting it. I appreciate that, Richard. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and break my usual streak of not being done.
This one's taking me longer than it normally does.
I cut this 11 by 17 sheet out of a 25 by 19. I was going to use the whole thing, but I can't allow this to bleed into tomorrow too much. So I'm hoping I can get this done today. And I got some Dodge pages to draw tomorrow. But yeah, I cut it down to a more manageable and more easy to scan size. So.
This is the Dodge that Mike covers for, right? Oh shit. Okay. Never mind.
But yes. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was secret.
No, it's okay. We're just gonna reveal it when we launch the Kickstarter, but it's all good. It's all good.
Well, no one's seen it. So
If you're watching,
no one has
Yeah,
seen
I'll
it,
say-
and it's
and-
amazing. I
and-
can't wait for everyone to see it.
And if you announce it on this show, don't worry, no one's seen it.
Yeah.
Oh!
No.
Ooh, cell phone. I love it.
No, it's incredible.
And my
Before I set the
character's
rule
an
that everything
asshole.
I draw has to have tits in it.
What's that?
It's before I set the rule that everything I draw has to have tits in it.
Yeah. That's the new rule, is it?
Apparently.
Okay.
I mean,
So if you draw the blob, it counts too.
Well, it'd be one big blobby tit.
Well, yeah, I mean, just didn't. No, I'm talking about from X-Men. That blob. Yeah,
Blob tits,
that's
bitch.
right. I mean, you didn't specify what type of titties. You just said titties. So
Oh, man,
it could be
there you go.
Meatloaf from Fight Club,
There we go.
or Meatloaf from his last year alive.
I've never seen Fight Club. Is Meatloaf in Fight Club?
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
You need
Hold
to,
on, we don't talk about that.
Wait, what?
you need to change that.
Yeah,
shit.
he's in.
Oh yeah, man.
When? I'm trying to like when in the movies. Meatloaf.
He's the guy with the big fake tits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit!
He's
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
That's neat.
yeah.
That's
What?
neat.
Yeah, he's on a cancer treatment that's spiking
Oh,
his
that's wild.
estrogen.
Yeah, they get some kind of fucked up dose of estrogen or something, right? Yeah. I haven't seen that movie since it was in the theaters, man. It's been too long.
Well, Rob is very
I
excited
watched that
to
every
exclaim
couple
that his name is Robert Paulson. He said it in all caps.
Yeah.
He's very, very adamant about getting that information out. So
I got you.
Name was Robert.
Anybody knows it's right.
I love that movie far more than I should, just because Jared Leto gets the shit kicked out of him.
yeah, I could be down for watching a movie of that. I mean, just that. I mean, that's the movie.
Yeah, just that. I watched I had never seen it before. I don't know how I had never seen it before. It was not as remarkable as I had hoped. But Erica and I watched Taxi Driver the other day. And
That was a good one. Yeah.
it's a good one, but it man, how much of that movie did the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix borrow? Because
A lot.
my
Yeah.
answer is a lot. I couldn't believe it. There was some really amazing similarities that like kind of stuck out to me, and I'm not really a movie guy, as Stefan knows, but I was kind of like, holy shit.
Oh,
That
yeah.
movie really borrowed a lot of shit from this one.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Philip Todd has actually discussed that about it because
Oh, really?
yeah, because it was like his love letter homage to it because
I see.
the movie is supposed to actually be taking place at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm like, because that explains like the environment, the colors, but it doesn't explain, Phoenix doing several shot for shot, identical scenes as Robert De Niro. But hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the incel anthem now, that movie, I think, eh? Like it's got
Oh,
some,
yeah.
it's got some heavy stuff that's like, oh shit, yikes.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one. Or Joker.
I like Joker. I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
it's pretty good watch. I mean,
Yeah.
It gets very uncomfortable at times, and
Oh
yeah.
man, does it ever?
there are some.
And it's desperately fucking sad in spots too. Like you're just
Mhm.
like, God damn.
Oh yeah, it's pretty fucking depressing in some
Yeah.
spots.
Oh, I look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'm interested how they're gonna do the sequel with Gaga as Harley.
I like it, man. I'm in for it. I heard it's going to be a musical too. Which
Oh, it better be.
you know.
I mean, no,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm curious on how they're going to
yeah,
take it, like, because obviously it's not going to be
Yeah.
the psychiatrist thing, or maybe they do it. I don't know, but
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the angle. But I don't know for sure. I haven't heard very much about it, but that seems like the angle to me. Like it starts out with him in therapy, and then the movie's essentially her transformation via him. As she tries to figure him out.
oh well, yeah. I mean, that's her whole story. She gets gaslit
Yeah.
fucking hard and falls into it.
I'm fully expecting her to be another inmate who thinks she's a doctor,
Ah, okay, huh?
because that was kind of like the whole relationship didn't happen in the Joker movie.
Yeah, that was one of the really sad parts when you go, "Oh fuck."
But man, that was so obvious.
Made
That's
all
what
that
they're
shit
gonna.
up. Kind of forgot, like when you really get into Swampy, just how fucking fiddly he is.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and there's like I love looking at the old Wrightson drawings of him because he keeps them so simple. It's like he has to. I go crazy and I start to lose my values because I start to draw too much detail, and the detail starts to take on too many heavy values, and then it becomes just too kind of dark everywhere. Like I had some pretty distinct light ideas for this that I'm now having to think about because his lines are going on kind of thick, but I'll figure it out.
I saw a couple Swamp Things when I was looking up, possible characters to share.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that have been done. And I was just like, wow, this is why you should not hire superhero artists to do Swamp Thing. Because they literally look like the generic superhero, but then they just wrapped a couple vines around him or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oof.
I mean, Swamp Thing used to show up in the JLA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So weird, man.
Yeah. It's such a nice reread, the Alan Moore stuff, and then it goes into all the Rick Veitch stuff, which is really cool too. Like I got a bunch of that stuff as well, and yeah, there's just something special about that Alan Moore run. It's just a lot going on, a lot of cool ideas introduced.
Danny, did you abandon Groot to do a Poison Ivy? What do we got going on here?
I'm just trying to get the wood burner warmed up.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. So speaking of Poison Ivy, I don't know how much you guys know or follow. So she's a cannibal, right?
A what?
A cannibal. Like she eats humans, or or at least just straight up meat eater. It's like she's not eating plants. Have they ever addressed that in the comic books? Because I'm thinking because how much she hates humans and stuff, that she might be, like a fucking monster.
Maybe, man.
I don't know.
It's very possible. Red hair.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's not going to eat salad.
A lot of sense.
Yeah, she's got, like you said, she's got the red hair. She's, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. It's like she ain't.
I actually don't have a lot of exposure to her. Like I think other than the animated series, like from the early 90s, I don't think I really ran into her too much in the comics that I read anyway. I wasn't reading a ton of DC, but I know they've done an awful lot with her since, and she did show up with Swamp Thing. She was kind of with Swamp Thing for a bit in the New 52 run there. And that's when she had her skin was green and she had that kind of black and green, more elemental kind of vibe to her. But I actually don't know much about that character. I think they tried like a lesbian angle with her and Harley Quinn or something for a while. Or
oh no, that's a constant now.
I think that's still going on.
Yeah, that's totally.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, to the point where there's a big part of the LGBTQ community that is continually asking for DC to make her a hero and stop making her a villain because they made the mistake of making her a lesbian. And they're now saying you can't. There's so few positive lesbian characters. Why don't you just make Poison Ivy one? It's like, well, made a lot of lesbian characters and no one buys them
because she eats people.
That's right.
I mean, technically, I've eaten all my girlfriends. But,
good night, folks.
That's more of a catch and release kind of thing.
Wah, wah.
Oh wait, I got something for that.
Be here all week.
Yeah, but then they would have to do the
just
same
remind
thing.
everyone I'm the vulgar one.
I know you've actually quieted Karl. I'm impressed.
No, I'm just drafting, man. trying to get all the drafting done right. That's what really slows your ass down is when you start to break out the tools, you drop the brush,
Oh,
and you have to start grabbing templates and triangles and shit that slows your ass really fast. So
I don't think I have to use a ruler for any part of this piece. Template, ruler, nothing.
damn you. Well, other
Watch,
than
I'll put a
last,
circle
I
template.
really
for the
don't.
nipple.
I need to pause for just a moment.
Alicia just said this group of guys reminds me of the people that she hung out with in the 90s. We're making her miss them.
is that Alicia?
Yeah, Alicia said that. Yep, yep.
Hey, Alicia.
Yeah,
I'm not
earlier
sure, but I think-
she was excited because she just got back from making dinner and she signed back in just in time to hear the dick jokes. I'm not sure
Nice.
All right.
which dick jokes, but she heard a dick joke, so she was happy about it.
Timing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja, come on here, sweetheart. Here and eat your dinner.
All right, I will be right back. I got a cat screaming bloody murder outside my door, so obviously I'm abusing him. 1 second.
How are we doing time wise? 45. Hang on.
8, 10.
50 minutes left.
I need to pause for a minute.
We go till 10, I think. Yeah.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll get this done. All right. Okay. For some reason, I thought we wrapped at 9.
I'm breaking a sweat because I'm running my one of the computers I'm running here has a monster graphics card in it. It's got 2 GPUs mounted on one card, and it literally heats the room.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Karl, have you tried Eon boards?
Right. What?
You were talking about having problem with Bristol,
Right.
and you ended up picking Strathmore multimedia boards. Have you ever tried Eon's art boards?
I've never heard of Eon Artboards. What's the story?
All right. Well, I think they started after J.H. Williams was going on about how shitty Strathmore 500 had gotten, and
Boy, there's
so they
an
started
indictment.
sourcing and making their own 2 and 3 ply bristle in vellum and plate. And Casado loved the plate enough that he made it Marvel's paper.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's Eon art boards. And they're expensive as fuck to get up here in Canada.
Yeah.
But if you're in the States, I mean, you just have to deal with like regular US shipping. And I buy the vellum stuff. That's what I'm working on now. It's like really nice and thick.
You guys know that that amazing inker, Diana Greenhall, I think his name is.
Her name, yeah.
She does really awesome work. Anyway, she I believe was affiliated or somehow working with the Eon group. They were because she came to my table at a show. It might have been New York, and she was like, "Hey, you should, if you like illustration board, you should try this." And I was using hot press like watercolor at the time, and she left this. It was a really nice shiny plate Bristol sheet of it called Eon board. And I brought it home, and I'm sure it's sitting in a stack of artwork somewhere from one of those trips home from New York. But I never tried it out. But it looked like a really nice board. Is that the one you're saying that was the Marvel now? The Marvel board now?
Yep.
Oh wow! No kidding! Wow. I know that's what Sean draws on when he's on the show.
Yeah, it's and they have a whole bunch of different. They have 2-ply and 3-ply. They have vellum and plate, and I think they actually have ultra plate too.
Hmm.
And they also have here. I got some of it here because I'm clearly a fanboy of this shit. Where is it? I got their. Watch me not be able to find it. Here we go. They got this. Is it on camera? All right, here we go. They have a real nice matte black ink.
Oh, the Vortex. Yeah.
Is that
And they got a
water
real
paint?
nice. I still prefer gouache, but they have a real nice white. Let me shake it up because it's all settled.
Oh, okay.
Is that legible?
Pretty good coverage. The white.
Yeah, pretty good.
Huh.
That ink, is it water-based or does it have lacquer in it?
pH balanced, light fast, pigmented, vegan, waterproof, no hard metals, non-toxic.
Is that the one that says it's got a matte finish? Because I had a bottle of that Eon Vortex stuff, and I swear to God, it was like it was someone had pranked me and put a half a cup of glitter in that bottle because it was shimmering on the page, like it was like sparkling when I was finished after it was dry, and I was like, that is not a matte finish if that's what they're calling it. But maybe I got a weird bottle of it or something. I don't know.
You might have. I could. Well, I'm not doing anything here that needs brushwork. And actually, oh my God, I haven't used it since I got it. And look at this.
It's like jam?
It gelled.
A gel? Oh, shit.
Well, for me, I need a white that I can draw over it with.
Yep.
Because that's really vital. And, you know, I've brought it up before, but I had to buy this stuff here by the, by the gross.
Yep.
Yeah.
Water-based ink. And then I can go over it with this.
Oh, yeah, that stuff's good.
You know, but if you try to do this shit on anything that's got varnish in it, it beads up like it's a it's like a wax.
Yeah, it's like a wax.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, and it's really important to me to be able to lay white in when I'm done. Because it's like the last 5%, and it makes my shit really pop. So, but I've been using this.
Worry when my shit pops.
I'm about to say I'm going to retract and make that my new finishing move.
Pop your shit.
That's right.
They call me the
Once
shit
you
popper.
pop, the fun don't stop.
Ooh.
All right, I'm finally getting started on this group piece.
Be interesting to see how it's done.
Yeah.
So are you burning the entire thing, or you? Because I see you got color. Like,
It'll be a mix of a little bit of everything. I'm gonna burn the majority of it, but I'll lay in some watercolor as well to add some color to it. There's some charcoal outlines right now.
Will it have a varnish seal to preserve the color, or how would that work?
Yeah, there'll be a spray fixative,
Okay.
like a gloss varnish on it.
Yeah, and if I use the wrong term, feel free to tell me no fuck face. It's this.
No. You're good.
Use the wrong term, we're gonna make your shit pop.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the pop rocks.
Yeah, I was really surprised no one came and did concrete tonight, just to fuck with the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I love Concrete, man. Those are some of my favorite comics of all time. Such a beautiful.
I found it hard.
You found it what?
Hard.
No.
Hey, he's got bits, folks. He's got bits.
Yeah, Concrete was a cool book. I remember, reading them and then losing track of it, and then later getting those really nice Dark Horse reproduction. They're kind of little 5x9 soft covers. They were beautiful, little miniature graphic novels, and all in black and white and all gorgeous. And I remember also he did a 6th volume, which was he wrote the origin of Concrete, like essentially retold the first volume of Concrete, but as if it was a movie script. He drew it like a storyboard, like movie style, because it was apparently at one point under pretty heavy discussion to be a film, and it never happened, I guess, but might have been a hard sell in a way. Oh man, I wasn't even trying for that, but yeah, I guess there it was. But yeah, I
couldn't get the mix right.
Oh God!
Yeah, they couldn't get the right. Yeah, that's right.
Richard is drink more or drink less. I'm not sure which one it is yet, but we'll figure it out.
Do it all. Do it all. Actually, everybody should be smoking tonight. For the planet.
Yeah, I work for the man. I can't do that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'm really bummed about that Vortex ink going all jelly.
Can you get some water into it, like activate it that way, or?
I'm not going to fiddle with it right now, but I will see what I can do.
I would say, is it fixable? Yes, I was wondering. So Daniel, how thick is your wood?
It's a trunk, Daddy-o.
About an inch and a half.
Nice.
About an inch and a half. The total piece is maybe 28 inches tall. The chunk of wood.
Now just bragging. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'll try to.
Most women can't handle 28 inches of wood.
I'm just going to say nobody can handle 28 inches of wood.
Yeah.
That's a two-hander for sure.
Oh, yeah. But it is ribbed for pleasure, so that's good.
And Alicia is giggling.
That's right. All right, we got our quota of dick jokes in for this half hour, folks. All right.
Tick that box.
Okay,
Now back
just
to
dick relevant, but not a dick joke. I started watching this old British series called Naked Attraction.
okay.
It's a dating show, but everyone gets naked, and that's how they get picked. And it's not like Naked and Afraid, where they're like naked in the wild and everything's blurred. They're actually like naked on camera. I watched like 2 seasons of it. I have seen so many dicks.
But yet not enough for some reason. Because I'm heading into season 2.
I'll be right back, fellas. Hang on.
Oh, he's gonna go find the show.
Record.
Yeah.
I want them British dicks on DVD.
So I'm assuming that show doesn't have commercials. It's uncut.
Well, it's British, so they actually.
Fuck, you too, Richard? I thought you were on my side, buddy.
Yeah,
I got it.
Snuck up
I got
on
it.
me, man.
Yeah, Jason jumped on that one. God damn it.
He jumped on that deck. All right.
Yes, right.
Oh, this is just getting.
Okay, so let's see. Mike's ruined one. Jason's ruined one. Richard's ruined one. Okay, Karl and Dan, it's up to you guys to ruin 2 jokes for me later.
All right, set them up.
All right, yeah, and you won't knock them down. I get it.
Set them up.
Well, I'm sorry, Stephen. You're just making them so hard.
And you know, I would accept that pun if you didn't fuck up my name leading into it. Steph.
He's pining for jokes.
No, this is the first time I've heard your name pronounced.
What did he say?
All right, I apologize for that.
It's all right. Everyone gets
From
one.
now on, I will from now on endeavor to call you Bob,
Perfect.
so I won't fuck up Stefan.
Yeah, as long as it's not Steven, I'll answer to pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. Not sure what you mean by that one, Rob. Yeah. someone's in the background. Another conversation I missed, but and the puppy. Okay, so the puppy's not doing tricks because I have to keep the puppy calm as possible for the next 6 to 8 weeks. She is a heartworm positive puppy, so she got her first shot on Tuesday. So, and so she can't be over excited because we don't want one of those dying worms to break off the heart and get into her bloodstream. So, there it is.
Whoa.
So she's a very chill pup. Yeah, she's sleeping now. She got tired of waiting for me to go and sit with her, so she's just there. You guys missed it earlier, but during the wrestling conversation, that I decided for the people who aren't into wrestling, here's a puppy. So I put the puppy on camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I heard whining. So
No, that was Mike.
That would be me.
okay, we're all on the same page because I was literally going to dive into that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean that is a a T-ball one there. You just set that one right there first.
I did.
As everybody goes silent because we're all trying to get shit done.
Well, I
Well,
turned
we're
my
all out
mic.
of dick.
Yeah, I turned my mic off to type to Linda real quick, so I didn't want the massive clickety clacks to go nuts on you. So
Nuts.
I'm considerate that way. So hey, Richard, did you see? I think you mentioned last time you did watch Doom Comes to Gotham, right? You got like a sneak view of it.
What?
Doom Comes to Gotham? Or am I saying the title wrong?
Yeah, I got to see it.
Yeah.
They never sent me. I kind of figured they would at least send me like a passcode to own a downloadable version or something.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Fuck.
So I'm probably gonna end up ordering a copy just so I can try and pick up girls with it.
Nice. I had a buddy of mine, Tom Nguyen, and one of the funniest nights out, we were in San Diego, and he said as a joke, he's like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "That's my pickup line." He's like, "I put the black in Batman's cape," because he was thinking of Doug Mankey's at the time. So he would just sit there at the bar and do little Batman doodles on napkins until someone asked him about it. And I was like, "Oh, you fucker."
And it worked,
Oh yeah, it totally did.
bastard.
But yeah, when his pickup line was, "I put the black in Batman's cape," I was like, "Damn you!" All the single moms come running.
Have you guys seen the?
Batman Black?
I'm sorry, what, Mike?
Oh, I was just gonna. You mentioned Doug Mankey. I wondered if you guys have checked out his. What is it called? Like, I think it's called Bane's Gym or Batman's Gym or something like that. He's doing on Instagram.
Dude, that shit is insane.
It's crazy.
I've been following. Yeah, his videos. Like,
They're cool.
good God, they're incredible.
Elaborate here, gentlemen. I don't
Makes
understand.
Well, he's doing these little illustrated vignettes that are animated of Bane working out at a bench press with the juice going and everything like that, and the Joker's there as well, and Batman eventually walks into the gym, and I think the recent one I saw, Killer Croc shows up, and it's just beefier and beefier Batman villains showing up to work out in this gym. It's fucking great.
Yeah, he's done like an insane Ghost Rider one.
He's done some really cool. The animated ones are really neat. Yeah,
they're like insane.
He
And
just
it's all
finished
like
that
iPad kind of thing.
Yeah, I think he's doing it on the iPad. Yeah, it's kind of neat. He's doing he finished up that Jeff Lemire Swamp Thing run. The Green Hell. I've actually got the third issue here. I finally got a copy of the third issue, so I'm going to read that tonight. But yeah, it's kind of a different take on Swamp Thing altogether, for sure. But
I love his work.
his work is cool. Yeah, his work is. He draws really brawny, like just beefy superheroes really well. So.
Wait a second, guys. It got super windy. I'm gonna have to tie my fence down here for a second.
You drawn outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are
It's
getting.
Arbor Day, man.
Hey, yeah, do it under the trees.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Of course, it is like
Artists doing in oils.
super. We got thunderstorms ripping across the entire state. So
Oh, I got you.
what he's getting right now, I'll probably get in about an hour.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
See if that does it for now. Yeah, the wind just picked up like crazy. Still not raining yet, but before it's under. We're under a tornado watch at the moment.
Oh, how cool.
It's good ambiance for the night.
I should throw a microphone outside just so we have that.
I don't know if that banging is coming through. Eric is creating something on the anvil right now with a hammer, so I'm not sure if it's coming through. It sounds like a woodpecker where I'm
Oh,
sitting.
why the hell do we not have a camera on that?
I know.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
being
it
telling him
is.
to get on.
serious.
Yeah, I know. I've been telling her to get on and do that, but she doesn't think anyone would think it was cool. And I was like, no, I think everyone would think it was cool.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah. You know, and if she does the sound just right, there's going to be a entire world of ASRMs that will just eat that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, get your
Yeah,
sound.
she should probably do TikTok videos of that.
Yeah.
That
probably.
would probably just grow her audience like crazy.
Oh yeah, no
She-
joke.
She's very frustrated by the whole TikTok thing. She
No,
she
fuck,
hates that's what the alternative seems to be right now if you want to get
fuck
any
TikTok.
kind of traction online. But
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'll work with you guys. We'll get your audio set up right. Whenever she's on that, just fucking record it, go live, throw
yeah,
that shit on YouTube. ASRM assholes will just eat that shit up and watch nonstop. You open up the tip jar, ding ding, money is gonna fall.
yeah,
True. Really, all you need to do is just make witty commentary in the background.
No,
Yeah.
no, you would ruin the
Like she doesn't even
experience.
have to do any of the voice. Like you'd handle all of that. All she has to do is work.
Daniel,
Just
do
work on the anvil, and you can make all sorts of funny shit happen.
I'm going to explain to you what ASRM is, because apparently you don't know what that is. No, you don't talk during that, man. Just have her bang on the anvil, baby. Just ding, ding.
Yeah, all sound.
That's all. Yeah, it's all going to be ding, 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 boing, ding, ding. Oh, yeah. There's about 50 guys out there with hard-ons that they can't explain right now. They're like, something just happened. Really weird.
I'm not sure that's the audience she wants to attract. But
It's not, you're not hanging out with them having drinks. You're just,
that's true.
Yeah, it's
And honestly, it's not about the audience you deserve. It's the audience you need.
yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that dollar bill has been around already. It doesn't matter who's dropping it in the tip jar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, even Alicia got it. She's like, I'm crazy turned on by tonight's content. So, yep.
We got something for everybody.
That's right.
Yeah, it's true.
The 9:30 to 10 o'clock hour will be our ASMR. We'll just, put the microphones close to the paper so you can hear the scratching and
Yeah, there's this guy on YouTube who doesn't narrate his videos at all. He draws this kind of manga style, and you can almost tell that he's like figuring, okay, what will make the most pencil sound here? Where it's like he works on a hard board and he angled it up so there's like almost like a drum aspect to it, like.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jason, put the man thing back up. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you're putting it close to the camera. I got your full screen now. Is that a 5x5 piece, or what size is that?
Yeah, it's 5x5.
Man, Jason, you got a really small man thing in your hand.
Yeah, it does the job. That's all that matters.
I'm just gonna point out it's as thick as it is long. So he's not
It's a
hitting.
mountain.
That's right. They call him the plug.
Things are getting weird tonight.
You have my permission to laugh.
Not called sketchy for a reason. Yeah. Things are getting hammered. No, not yet. I really wish it was. I mean, this is actually sober. This is pretty good. I can only imagine how rough this would be if we were all drinking.
Yeah, I've been too busy drawing.
Well, you know, most of the time, the only person really drinking is me, you know, and that's fine. That's because that's my contribution, you know. Yeah.
Inebriated Stefan.
Yeah. Yeah, the camera's not on me, so I'm back here dancing like Ron Swanson. You know, it's all good.
He's a role model.
All right.
My spirit
Totally about
animal.
dark-haired girls and breakfast foods.
I was asked to do that once. Great.
And I have a clip of it, and I've used it several times.
Fucker.
It'll be the promo for next season, too.
What? Dancing Carl?
Oh, yeah.
Just say it's Tony Harris.
Karl had it was one night where I forget what Linda was serving him, but man, she was making him potent. And Karl was actually not drawing that night. He was on camera or I think he finished actually. So I had him, I was like, Ron Swanson dancing. So he started Ron Swanson dancing for a good 10, 15 seconds. So, and I have it all on film.
Amazing.
Good man. Good man.
Yep.
You're a good man, Stefan.
I'm pretty sure I used that clip in the second Kickstarter video.
You did.
Yeah, okay, good. I would hate for it to go to waste.
So you all know that Nick Offerman was in Deadwood, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you all know that you got to see Nick Offerman's wood
Yes.
in Deadwood. All right. Did we talk about this last time?
No, I just, you know, if Nick Offerman's, you know, showing
Nick
his
Offerman's wood,
I'm
something
seeing
that you talk about often.
It's hard not to talk
Come
about
here
Nick
often.
Offerman wood.
Never seen Deadwood, but I heard it was great.
I'm a sucker for westerns, and it was good.
Yeah, I love westerns too.
It was one of those, unfortunately, though, where the show got canceled before it was done. So
Oh,
they got to come back and do like a movie, but they had to cram in so much to try to, you know, finish out a few different stories. And it just like, it was nice to at least have the closure, but it's like, man, they could have all the stuff that they left on the cutting room floor. Yeah. It's like, it would have been so good. Yes.
I actually liked the movie. It did feel like a good wrap up.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I'm just saying you could see that there were.
Oh no, I didn't
rushed.
think you were.
Yeah,
I'm just like I'm spouting off here.
Yeah, it's like, you know, any show that has that where they get canceled, but they, you know, the distributors, you know, kind enough, I guess we'll say, to give them a movie out. You know, it's always nice to at least you get that some type of wrap up, but it's like at the same time you're always feeling like, oh man, you know, this storyline didn't get really concluded, or you know, they just rushed through that B story, and it's like I would love to see it develop more.
Yeah.
And yes, Rob, we were talking about Rob Swanson's Johnson.
Ron Swanson.
Oh, so you're turning the Last Ronin into the Last Swamp Thing. Nice.
Yeah. Because I did I've been doing that lately. I did one where it's like the Toxic Crusader.
Oh, that's awesome. That's funny as fuck. I did not see that.
Yeah, and then I just finished. Where's it at?
Oh, nice.
Pause for a moment again.
So what game's going to be on the Game Boy?
Pokemon.
Oh, you did say that earlier. You're right.
Yeah, it'll be a little Bulbasaur.
Not a
A little
squirrel?
stat screen of Bulbasaur. No. Gotta have Bulbasaur. It's Arbor Day, man.
True. Okay, fine. You're right.
Choosing plant.
See, I thought Bulbasaur was leading towards another dick joke, but that would be Squirtle, wouldn't it?
No, well, it could be, yes.
Depends.
But, you
I
know,
just finished the Boba Fett Star Wars one.
very funny. That's cool. And for once, Boba Fett might be useful.
Right.
Might be.
That'd be so out of character.
It would be.
We can only hope.
I'm gonna regret those washes. Oh well.
Is Swamp Thing dragging Floronic Man by his hair or something? Is that
Yeah, by the hair. Yeah.
Yes, nice, nice. Or by the roots.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
Ooh.
Thank you. Got to get those bad jokes out of my system because, you know, the 9 o'clock hour is coming up.
what happens at 9?
Well, you know, things get really weird.
Weirder than this?
Oh,
I think not.
Oh,
just wait.
challenge
That's
accepted.
all right. I'm saving my C material for the 9 o'clock hour.
Nothing but the best for us.
Right. Alicia said, Squirtle, this is the best worst tags ever. Worst tags? Not sure how I feel about that.
You're welcome.
It's, you know, Miles just said, you know, fat dudes don't usually look good in jeans, but you make it work. That was that backhanded compliment we just got.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate you.
You still think I'm a man.
Sorry. Yeah, that's the takeaway from that.
Take the positive out of this. Winning somewhere.
They're saying I have a chance.
Need to re-up on my drinkage here.
Yeah, I was about to say my glass has been dry for about 5 minutes, so I need to fix that.
What are you drinking on tonight?
Oh, I'm just taking it easy. IPA. Yeah.
I'm gonna bust the tequila.
Oh, I'll be right there.
I also kind of want to play Pokemon now.
Kind of want to what?
Play Pokemon.
Oh. That's a different live stream.
See you later on Twitch.
I don't think I've ever played. I don't know. I mean, I know I've never played Pokemon. I was trying to figure out the angle I was going to go with, the video game or card game. But which was first? I'm assuming the card game.
Card game, yes. I didn't get super into it, but I always enjoyed the Game Boy games.
It's a huge, huge thing, man.
Your man thing?
The whole Pokemon thing. It's crazy.
Do you
Show
Pokemon
you
with your
my
man
pocket
thing?
monster.
I tell you, the thing I love most about drawing with these liquid ink ballpoints is how quickly you can build texture.
I'm sorry. What? Someone was breaking open a ice tray when you were.
Very
Yeah.
true.
What were you saying?
So I love these liquid ink ballpoints for like how quickly you can build line textures.
Hmm.
The markers, even with like these Rotring Tickies I use, which have like liquid ink in them. Markers, the ink just doesn't flow as fast. But with these liquid ink ballpoints, it's like it just comes out like this exactly as fast as I want it to.
So it's like,
That's, yeah.
is
Do
it
you
tip?
need to stroke it harder or what?
Oh no, I was trying to figure out how to phrase this without it making it sound like I'm making a joke on it. But is the tip on that marker pressure sensitive? So yes, it's the tip.
It's just a fiber tip.
Sensitive.
Just a fiber tip.
Oh, okay.
So it flows like a regular marker, but they got a chamber that holds liquid ink, so it's not like the ink sitting in that foam in most markers.
Okay.
So it flows really freely to the fiber tip. So it makes the ink come out faster than a regular marker. But these Oto graphic liners, they're just liquid ink ballpoints with like really high quality tips. And we all know how important getting the tip right is. So
And there it is.
Skadoosh.
it was too long. Something had to happen, man.
You had to blunt the tip, is what you're saying.
Just had to cram it in there, man. Had to make it fit. Shove it in.
Yeah, at least you call it. Sorry, at this point you just can't say tip without getting a few of us giggling. So, yep. That's why I actually took a moment to like, okay, how can I phrase this to actually ask a legit question? I should have known better.
Well, the most important thing about the tip is how the ink flows down the shaft.
Okay.
And here at the base, you got your balls right here at the base. So you work the shaft.
Wait, talk
to get that
slower.
sweet
Talk
fluid
slower.
coming out of your balls.
Talk slower.
Can you shake that marker again? Wait, really get that marker shaking sound closer to the camera.
Sorry, mate.
That's right. Our ASMR
I'd
clout.
like to thank everyone for hosting me for my final appearance on Things Are Getting Sketchy.
Final. We're gonna try to get you every week.
It's the highest watched show yet.
All right. Well, that's because you got a real dick on. So.
You can finally share it on a new streaming service.
I think my brother might
Well, I
actually.
understand Paramount's going to come and limit who can download it.
I really hope this is the one night my mom watches the show.
Shout out to mom.
For the second time in her life. Fucking hippies. God damn. Ruining everything.
Oh, hey, so I was going through organizing some of my books, and I came across a book by a European artist named Dino Battaglia, and so few people have heard about it. Every time I bring it up, I say, "Oh, I thought I lost this book." They're like, "Who?" And I'm kind of tempted to grab it and just wave it in front of the camera so people, because I checked and it's like there's still one book available on Amazon by him, and it's the one I got. Hang on a second.
Speaking of books on Amazon,
Jeez.
That's fucking beautiful.
Oh, you guys are killing it, man.
All right, I'm waiting for this book. Come on.
Ooh.
This guy is so good. Like if you like Topi and a whole bunch of the European, South American guys, look at that church over there.
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
Got this beautiful children's work he did. But let me get to the stuff that
check
really
that out.
just gets me going. Look at this.
I love
Here.
any architecture shit.
Try not to get that shine because it's like some like gloss paper. I mean, is this one showed up? Like the horse, the way he just kind of did this loose, sketchy, like almost ink wash with brushwork and pen work. And it comes right into the foreground and he just lets the drummer's back just disappear.
Man.
Oh my God, this guy's so good.
Jeez. Wish I could draw.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So I've been like looking at a lot of Topi. Oh my God, I really hope I can find that Battaglia book. Look at those Romans. Right here at the top is just like hundreds of little drawings of soldiers. Just so cool.
Yeah, pre-orgy. Yeah.
Well, soldiers, maybe. They are Romans after all.
I say it's Roman. Yeah, that's,
Yeah. Oh, look at that. I love that. Look at that. That ink work right in there. Like, I'll see if I can move it in so you can see it. I don't know if that's getting blurry or not.
No, it's sharp. It's sharpish.
All right, cool. It's like, yeah, so happy to find it again after like, because I've been buying all those Topi books that have been coming out. So yeah, so as soon as I dug it out, I looked online and it looks like it's still in print. It's in French, but who cares? It's just his drawing. So if people are interested, I mean, like the brushwork and shit in here. I mean, it's like, so if you like Topi and Breccia, this is the guy you got to get. And I've been looking. I know there's a whole bunch of like he did comics. That's how I know about him. And I've never been able to find his comics. But yeah, so a little treasure I dug out of my my boxes this week.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Now back to dick jokes.
Sorry. Yeah. Wow, way to highbrow.
Finally.
Jesus, man. Fucking high road us on that one.
I know. I'm such a
All this high art bullshit talk. Come on. Can't have that on a sketchy thing.
I'm such a cock blocker, you know.
So, Mike, are you gonna drop colors on that, or is that paper not going to take colors?
Oh no, it's meant for taking colors. Actually, it's not really meant for taking ink, but it's taking it okay here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hit it with some washes after I get the major lines and darks in, and then maybe a bit of pencil crayon on top. Not sure how far I'm gonna take the background stuff. I will see, but yeah, it's been fun working on this paper. Anyway, it's nice to work on it with the gouache because it's not shiny. So it'll scan nicely, at least.
Shit.
I got a piece of dead black-eyed Susan flower here that I'm going to use for applying some of the texture to Floronic Man when I get him kind of drafted here.
You're gonna show off again. Come on, all right.
Well, I wanted to find a bunch of cool shit outside today to bring in to do like a whole. I was gonna do the whole thing with found objects, but it was raining the last 2 days, and there's really been nothing but just muddy shit outside. No good. We don't tend to go in the forest, to hike when it's mucky like that. So, yeah, so I didn't find any good stuff. So, but luckily I had one of these left over from the summer. I grabbed about 10 of these in the summer and just have them standing in a cup off to the side here as the last one. So we'll use it for this piece here.
So, Mike, you know about these stores? They sell art supplies.
Oh, I know. I haven't had a lot of cash. I haven't had any work in many, many months, so I've just been making do with what I got here. But thankfully, I'm pretty well stocked in art supplies though right now, which is good.
And that's quitter talk.
Yeah. I've had a couple of lucky like birthday gifts that were art store gift cards and stuff that I've made very, very good use of this year. So I'm pretty well stocked for most of what I need.
Yeah, and you're just making my joke into like this real weird kind of like classist. I have money, you don't think?
And that's what Mike do. That's what
Thanks,
Mike do.
Mike.
There's no winning. There's no winning. No winning, no matter what you do. So
Mike, the joke killer.
The Slayer.
Don't bring that humor in this here.
Although, it's funny, you say that they're art stores, but I don't know if you've been to one recently. They don't have a lot going on the shelves in most of the ones I've been to lately. I think they are still in some kind of weird post COVID apocalypse world where they don't get all their shipments in because when they closed Curry's in Mississauga, that was a big closure. That was like the hub for us when we were students at Sheridan and that. And it was no easy trick to get there either. But I remember, I was recently at the Hamilton Curry's, and holy shit, it was like Tuscan Raiders came through there, man, and cleared the place out. It was wild. So yeah, I don't know what's up with art supply stores, but
I think what you got going on is that I think a lot of people are just straight up ordering that shit online and having it delivered.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
I think these art stores are going to have a hard time keeping shit in stock because people are just having it dropped off by Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Curry's part of the reason why they shut down almost everything, except for 2 shops, which are like way the fuck away from Toronto.
Yeah.
Is because they're largely just going online now.
Yeah.
See,
they got to improve their online business though. Their online shop, unless it's just my computer, but it's pretty janky. But I have ordered from them a lot. I get gift cards and stuff for them all the time, and they're handy.
Yeah, it's getting difficult to walk in and put your hands on art supplies anymore. It's one of the problems I had. The problem I had with the paper was you need to be able to walk in and look at the paper and go, yeah, that's going to work for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the photos online don't fucking work. And then you order some paper and you find out you just ordered a couple of pads of shit that's not going to work for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried a few things out, but
that's why we all need to plant more trees.
And that's the point of the
Make your
show.
own paper.
Putting it back on theme.
So I'll throw it out there. So which movie is better, Swamp Thing or Swamp Thing 2?
Swamp Thing.
Return of Swamp. Damn it, I forgot.
Which one has Adrienne Barbeau's boobs in it?
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Swamp Thing.
I found the second one to be unwatchable. I couldn't do it. I tried, man.
Yeah.
I tried.
See, I love that first one though. My God. Where it was like pure amazingness to me. I was just like, whoa. The cheesy costumes. They were really nice.
They were, yeah.
I loved it.
The TV show that followed that was unwatchably bad, but I watched them. They because it was on, and it was the same dude, same costume, and they kind of did some Dr. Arcane stuff in the show too, and it got pretty weird for sure.
The USA show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually dived a little better into the lore on it, but yeah, it was just...
They did, but...
It was garbage, yeah.
Just wasn't executed well, yeah, it was...
Well, yeah, I mean, all that stuff that was shot in Universal Orlando, the budgets were so low. That, Superboy, trying to think of what the other ones... But yeah, their budgets were so low.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think Superboy flew, but like maybe 30 seconds for each episode. So what you stamping on there now, Richard? Adding texture.
Which what?
What do you?
Yeah, I'm just throwing like pulling out. I still got to make some more rubber stamps. I got kind of my the shop I was getting them done at. The owner retired, and the new people who took over don't know what I'm talking about now.
Oh,
That's pretty standard, you know.
yeah.
So I'm making do with the two that I got right off the bat, but I got to find another place to make these rubber stamps so I can get some different textures going on. I'm addicted to the way it reads visually, and like I can throw lines over top of this, and then it kind of buries like what I've done with the textures a lot, and I love it.
I just use my sea sponges.
I do that too. I also I think I might be using some of this type of foam to do some like white paint stuff a little bit later. Just to mix up some more textures in here.
Yeah, like foam and bubble wraps are always good.
Yeah.
But really, just go to the hardware store. There's all sorts of shit that can provide beautiful texture.
See what I can do here.
Yeah, I was working on this earlier today, and I was like using that for Wiki Forest.
The little sponge. Cute.
Oops.
What are you doing now, Mike?
I'm just sort of testing out what kind of marks I can make with this flour dipped in ink. So I just kind of have a little scrap piece of paper off to the side that I'm just kind of seeing if I roll it, I can get some kind of interesting like shapes with some trapped light inside. So I kind of use that for the texture, and then I'll go in and articulate some leaves kind of coming out of it. So it just gives you a texture that would be really hard to recreate with a brush, like with any kind of, deliberateness. I guess, is that a word? Yeah.
Deliverance?
Something like that. Yeah, I can't form words today.
Deliverance.
Yeah. I did something this week I haven't done in 25 years.
You should eat more fiber.
That's just a good rule for everybody. I joined a gym.
Absolutely.
Which I haven't been to a gym in a long time, and let me tell you, today I am in terrible pain. But it will be nothing. It'll be nothing compared to how I feel tomorrow, because it's always the day after that's real bad. And tomorrow's going to be real bad. I can just tell, because today sucked. But tomorrow's going to suck. Yeah. And I'm it's a humbling thing to have gotten so badly out of shape, and then to go to a gym and sit down on machines that used to feel familiar, used to feel comfortable. Ones I used to be really strong, and I sit down and I used to be able to do like half the stack on some of those things, man. Like I used to be kind of a monster, weighed like 25 years ago at the gym, but now I just god damn, it was humiliating. I'm not gonna lie. It was really like, holy fuck, man. you really let it slide. And yeah, it's quite a humbling experience, but you got to start somewhere, and that's where I'm starting. So
Man, I wish I could say I didn't know what you were talking about.
Dude, you made me sore just saying that shit.
I am not as strong as I used to be, and that sucks because I used to kind of be the strong guy, and I used to be the guy that everyone would call if they had to move or whatever, and that kind of stuff. I was that guy, and I just haven't been that guy for a long time, which is cool because I hate moving people's shit.
I was about to say, yeah, there's nothing wrong with not being that guy, because
but it's for the wrong reasons, and it's just kind of an eye-opening thing for sure. But
I used to really, really enjoy being the really, really strong guy that people ask to help move, and I go, no.
No, I'm not lifting that. No,
Yeah.
sirree, Bob.
I'm not your Sherpa.
Or you do go help move and then just pick the latest stuff.
Yeah, you carry one lampshade down.
Yeah. I got that.
Doctor told me I can't lift anything heavier, but I'll help you. I'm here for the pizza, really.
Yeah.
Let me get that box of blankets. I got it.
My wife likes to volunteer me for moving.
Oh,
and that's what she does while I actually do the moving. She's like, oh, I'm just here for the conversation and the food.
I'm here to socially catch up with the other women who are not lifting anything heavy.
Yeah.
Well, I just let everybody know that, yeah, I'll help you move, but every one of those boxes is going to be opened when I take them out of the truck.
I want to see what's in the shit.
Yeah.
We are playing a game.
Exactly.
What is in
I'm
this
rooting.
box?
What's in the box?
Something there gets to be something in it for me.
$50 for kitchen utensils.
All right.
Long time I moved you.
Oh, that's going in the garbage.
And wood burning is one of the most meditative things.
Yeah, I've never tried it before.
I have, but it's mainly in the pit in my backyard. That's right. That joke right there is a slow burn. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh.
With that, I'm going to get a drink. I'll be right back, fellas.
It was smoking hot.
I sometimes put on the burning log station on
I do it all the time.
because I don't have a fireplace or a yard or anything, so I just dream about having a yard and a fire and stuff like that sometimes, and I put that on, and it psychologically makes the place warmer too, which is kind of nice.
You could just set your neighbor's place on fire.
We've actually been going to the provincial park, and we bring those fire logs with us, and we actually set up at they have those like eating shelters that have a fire pit. A couple of them have fire pits. We've been going there and having fires and just like hanging out and drawing under the shelter on the rainy days and stuff. But
no wrong with that.
That's been pretty good. This didn't come out the way I hoped it would. That's all right.
That's starting to work, I guess. Scribble, scribble, scribble.
Yeah, what I like about wood burning is you can do so much fun texture and line work, but you really have to slow down. Really forces you to slow down your mark making.
There was that dude I saw. I know he did a couple of recreations of your Ronin artwork and Turtles artwork with the wood burning. Randy Proctor, I think his name is. He's been doing some kind of cool shit. I know he recreated a few of my covers with just commissions I had done. He recreated them as wood burning. He was doing the wood burning right on the covers, actually, which I thought was interesting. I didn't realize you could kind of. I feel like using a wood burner on paper is probably a pretty risky bit of business, but
no, it works. It works really well.
Yeah, he seemed to have really good control and did some really cool stuff with it. So
yeah, you can essentially tune a decent wood burner down and be able to draw like graphite.
Oh, no kidding, eh? Wow.
Yeah. With a tune rig like this, like I've got it cranked up extremely high to be able to burn on a hard wood like this. But if I wanted to burn on paper, I could easily just drop down to a 3 or 4.
I got you.
Huh.
Was Kelly originally set to be on this show?
Who now?
Was Kelly originally set to be on this show?
No, this is the original lineup. He just mentioned last week that he didn't understand how he missed it.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought he was. I guess I got that wire crossed. I thought he was going to be on this week, and then I
told him to make room for him, but yeah, he was. I think he got nervous when I called his bluff.
Oh.
Man, getting the stuff to look cloudy is like so fucking tedious.
Save it for the colorist. Just right in there, cloudy.
Can you make this look like rocks? Thanks. I did that once to a guy. He did not make it look like rocks. I was like, can you give it like I don't know, you're a colorist. Can you do some like rock texture? Because like I had drawn the bricks and everything. I just wanted them to kind of look a little bit more weathered in a not aggressive way in the lines. And I said, could you make it like a rock texture or something? If you wanted to. And I guess he didn't want to.
No.
Well, it's your fault for giving him the option, yeah.
Yeah, you should have name dropped somebody and been like, I was told there needs to be some rock texture here.
I can't botch this now. Damn it.
Scribble, 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 scribble.
Yeah, there were some nice pieces last week on that X-Men show. I watched a few minutes of it. It was pretty good shit.
I'm pissed at myself. I fell asleep. I didn't fall asleep. I just fell asleep at it. That's actually, and I missed the actual end of the auction, so I missed getting Paul's piece. So, yeah. I mean, I'm happy that someone outbid me, but man, I would have jumped in on that one and made it a competition because.
Yeah, that was a cool piece.
Yeah.
That thing he's been posting online, that Wolverine story that he's drawing. I'm not sure if he's doing it just for fun or what, but I know he's been doing some sequential, like he's been creating some sequential samples and stuff because he did some cool Batman stuff last year. He shared a few pages of it with me, but yeah, he's been doing this thing. He was posting it online, and it's like a Wolverine story where Wolverine, like he battles Sabretooth and like cuts him all to pieces, but then has to carry his body back for some reason, and like the body, it begins to regenerate while he's carrying it back and stuff, and it's just pretty grim. It's just Logan basically maneuvering, a 275-pound giant wrestler body, with no legs through the wilderness and the rocks and everything like that, and it's pretty crazy shit.
Sounds fucking great.
Yeah, and it's all watercolor. It's all painted. It looks incredible what he's doing.
So it's the smart version of that weird.
What's that?
So it's the smart version of that stupid little Wolverine carrying a piano for Nightcrawler, who was dead at the time. Oh, no one read that one. All right, okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
I'm not sure. I know it's
Lost me on that
What?
one.
What?
I'm not sure. I know
Yeah,
that
it
one.
was this stupid little Jason Aaron, who's like, occasionally he writes a good thing, but this was not.
one of
And
those.
it was like Nightcrawler. The flashback at the start was like Wolverine and Nightcrawler talking about Wolverine being an atheist, and so Nightcrawler died, as X-Men do, and what he did is he asked Wolverine to carry this piano to this church atop a mountain.
Huh.
And it was like at the end of it, Wolverine goes, "Oh, I guess I'm a bit of a religious guy after all." And I'm like, for fuck's sake, it was so terribly written.
Yeah, Laurel and Hardy had a better piano moving story. Jesus, that was bad. Hey, Daniel,
Yes, sir.
can you get your wood a little more on camera?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Slide it up.
It's been 20
Slide it up. Oh yeah. Go. Little,
Need
mine
me to
went
get
well.
my wood up, don't
that's
you?
right. That's
It
right.
works better for the money shot.
Little-
Is my wood in focus now?
Yep. Just ease it up a little bit more. Get it all in there. Come on. Yeah, just a little, there you go, baby. There it is. Okay. Michael is getting a little too antsy in the pantsy by not seeing the Groot image.
It was actually his idea.
Oh, was it? Oh, good on him.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
Oh,
He
right,
gave
yeah.
me the idea the other day on the phone that I should do Groot playing a game, and it just evolved into this.
That makes some of his comments, more understandable now. Yeah. Okay.
Is he claiming it as his own?
Well, he's claiming it as his. So I'm assuming that he means like he was bidding on it, but I didn't realize he meant that he was, part of the origin.
He's
It could be
still
both.
gonna have to bid for it.
Yeah, let's say two things can be true at the same time.
No one give him a break.
Yeah, I can guarantee it's gonna be cheaper to ship across the state of Florida than where it is. I'm bidding big.
Trying to save all the really boring parts of this, where I'm just filling in black for later off camera.
Oh, when you said that, you're gonna.
Well, I'm right in the middle of the really boring part. Scribble trees. Scribble trees.
Bob
Like
Ross would be
sound
very
effects,
upset with you
keep
right
it
now.
going.
Well, they're not happy trees, are they?
Well, no, they're just you're saying that putting the trees is the boring part.
I don't know. If these are happy trees,
There you go.
it would be.
Let's give him a little friend over here. We'll just a nice little happy friend.
Oh, that mistake in the anatomy there. Just make it a happy little tree.
It's a
It's
happy
swamp-
little
yeah, it's
accent.
swamp thing. You can have a tree.
Everything's gonna be all right.
Just need to get you a little.
Actually, if Bob Ross did comics, that would be the best thing on the planet. So Superman looks really sad because he's got this kryptonite. But what if the kryptonite's a little bird?
It's just now a little bird that's killing him. But yeah, it's cute.
It doesn't feel so bad anymore, does it?
No. And Superman likes birds.
That he's just tripping.
He's not going to do anything.
He's just tripping balls from the radiation poisoning and thinks that kryptonite's a bird.
I've got a bird for Superman.
Let's give Lex Luthor an afro. Just a little bit of the Bob Ross look going on here.
You know, that would be a better look than what they gave him in the 90s when he was his clone son. And he had that just glorious mane of red hair. That was just so wild.
Long,
Wasn't that his kid or something?
It was, yeah. Well, it was supposed to be his son, but it turned out to be his clone.
Why were we trying to villainize redheads in the 90s?
Yeah, I was gonna say they had to.
Well, I mean,
why are you limited it to the 90s?
Okay.
I mean,
Touche.
My whole life.
Yeah.
You ever get a redhead?
I was gonna say they don't reflect in the mirrors, man. There's a reason. They're soulless.
We're soulless.
The sun.
Oh God, you ever seen that Tim Minchin song about redheads?
The what?
I'm not sure. I
Tim
saw that.
Minchin, he does these funny songs, and he does a song about redheads, and it's like only a ginger can call a ginger ginger. Mike, you must have seen that.
I'm not sure I've seen that one. I know who he is though. I like his stuff.
Oh my God! Okay, as soon as we're done, you got to load it up because it's great. He's like, we all know this one word that no one can say, and I can't say it, but it's got two G's, an N, an I.
Oh man.
Oops, sorry. I just headbutted my camera. Yeah, check it out, Mike. You'll love it.
Yeah, I will.
I'd load it up now, but the copyright strike would.
Yes.
Oh my God! Does YouTube take forever to remove a song from a video?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you try to post something with music?
Well, I found I had the music low enough on the third day of that C2E2 at home I did.
Right.
But nope, the audio got picked up super well. Kudos to the camera.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter how low it is. If there's the algorithm catches that beat, that's what gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll just click them all, remove them. Nope.
Yeah, I was bored one day, so I did a live stream of my cat for no other reason. I was testing live stream, like the camera and everything, and I got flagged right away because, like, in the other side of the house, I had Supernatural on, and
Oh wow.
the volume was so low, like in that room, like you wouldn't, like, I couldn't hear it when I was standing in the room, but a camera picked it up enough that it got flagged.
Wow.
Wow, that was,
That's scary.
I blame Alexa. That bitch was probably narking me. Of course,
Sure,
my Alexa just went off in front of me. So,
Yeah.
that's right. You said my name. I'm always
You
listening.
talking shit?
That's right. Also, yeah, all my lights go off.
I can mess with
Remember, I'm
you.
always listening.
Suddenly
pack-
you're getting phantom deliveries from Amazon.
I was just about to say 3 packages I didn't order just showed up. Hang on a second.
You have a notification stuff.
I want some dry breath, baby.
Yeah, it's weird. I actually got a commercial on her yesterday for, I guess I have that show that's not doing too well. Citadel, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden I had a notification. You got that yellow light, the notification light. And I was like, yeah, tell me a notification. Like, oh, Citadel just started. You interested in watching? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? You know?
Yeah.
Trying to gaslight me. I think you said you wanted to watch Citadel, right? I'll put it in your queue. We'll watch it later together.
Did you ever watch Eureka?
Love that show.
Oh, that was like the house. The Simpsons
Oh
house.
yeah.
That was such a great show.
Oh, the best house AI was Simpsons Treehouse of Horror one, where Pierce Bronson was the voice, and he was getting obsessed with Marge.
Oh my, yes, yum yum yum.
Love that episode. I can watch that one on a loop.
You did the voice a little too well there.
Oh, the different voice options. One of them is Chandler from Friends.
Yeah. Could I be more of a house?
Yeah.
The best knows when they start taking away or powering him down. Don't pull that one. That's my charm unit. Shove it up your head.
I watched a recent episode of The Simpsons, and
if it's a recent one,
I haven't seen anything in a few years from The Simpsons, like anything new. I just haven't, and finally, like I'm a huge fan, so I was like, I'll give it a shot. And man, it's like a whole different show because her voice, Marge's voice, is so very different now. I really had a hard time getting through an episode of it. I was like, wow, like Marge's voice is the voice that she used to use for Patty and Selma. Like that's the new Marge voice.
It's
and
actually
Patty and Selma voice is now like a darker level of Patty and Selma.
No, her voice actually for Marge it's their mother's voice.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's what she used to do for her mother's voice.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, because she is, what?
Yeah, it's really
70?
Yeah, it was really weird.
But yeah, I mean, there's no reason to watch anyway. The writing of it just is awful. The jokes aren't funny. Like they forgot what they were supposed to do in the Treehouse of Horror. This last Treehouse of Horror they did, they actually went full horror. There was no comedy in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, did you guys forget what your show's about?
That's weird.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch it though.
No, you don't. It's bad. Like it's bad horror. Like it's like, oh, we're gonna do straight horror, but yet we're not because we're still Disney.
Because we're a cartoon.
Yeah. Like I mean, I'd accept doing like the wet Japanese baby thing on the ceiling with Maggie would be cool, but no, it's not. It's not even that good. Get all grunge with it.
They've done some strange like retconning in the show and some strange. Like,
well, after 30 years, yeah, you're gonna.
Yeah, I mean, there's only
it's been so long since I've watched it. I think it's very fucking hot now.
Oh, yeah, Linda's sad that it's the last season of Ted Lasso, but.
Oh, me too.
Oh, is it
I know.
Yeah.
Great show.
Man, that show gives me life. That show is like.
Well, it's because
like
football
soccer.
is life.
That's true. No, that show's wonderful. I feel it's just one of those things. It's like it feels like a gift every week. Like it just feels. I feel like a different person after I watch it. I feel like all relaxed and happy, and it's just like it's nice when a show does that. Like Breaking
character
Bad
development is
out,
on point.
Well, here, remember, it might have been last year. I said it or the year before when I was saying like, remember when TV shows and movies were escapism?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they forgot to do that. Well, that's what Ted Lasso is. I mean, it's uplifting escapism. I mean,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But it still has a real heart beating in there.
oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean, no, I'm not saying it's fluff, but it's escapism. The fact that you watch it and go, "Oh, this is what I want life to be. This is this is how I want people to act. This is how I want friends to
Everyone's so like genuine.
Yeah.
But they're genuine and they're flawed. Like, no one is perfect. Everyone has their moment where they rise, and everyone has their moment where they fall, and it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, the thing that amazed me about this season is they still made me give a shit about the guy who betrayed them.
About Nate.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say the same
Yes.
thing. Like, I want to hate Nate, but I can't because they're telling a good story with him right now. You know.
I said those exact
No.
words early in the season, man. I was like, I hate what they're doing with Nate because now they want me to hate him, and he was such a lovable
Yeah.
character. And,
Yeah, he was such a lovable character early on.
But again, everyone falls in this show. I mean, look at because like the first season, like the first episode I watched, I'm like, yeah, they're doing Major League, but then they twisted it real quick by just having characters that you didn't think were gonna be exceptional become exceptional, and characters that you didn't think were gonna have any issues had issues. I mean, it's like
Yeah, like Jamie.
Oh,
Like
fuck.
shit. Who would have thought Jamie would become like an actual likable character?
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
they have every character have an arc. It's awesome. Although he
Yeah.
does have one of my favorite lines of all time in the first season. I think it might have been the second episode when Keely asked Ted, which would rather be a lion or a panda? And then they asked Jamie the same question. He's like, I'm me. Why would I be anything else? And he's like, you might not know how healthy of an answer that is.
Yeah.
I think the cinematography on that show is really superb.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
There's a
it's-
lot of
it's
goodness in
great.
it. Yeah, Linda is asking about Nate's gray hair. And I did have a question on that too. Like, where all of a sudden he had fright hair. Maybe he was an extra on Twin Peaks. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
He
That's
went,
the,
William Palmer thing. Yeah.
That's the change into villainy right there.
Yeah, that was the. Yeah, they had
That's
to
the
give
Magneto move right
a
there.
visual
Yeah.
cue.
It's true. Right. And not to spoil anything if anybody hasn't seen the latest episode, but he has his redemption moment in it, and I was so happy to see it because he doesn't spit in the mirror. And I was like, thank you. He's like, he's still not fully redeemed, but he's on his way back.
Yeah. No, there's just some really, really good shit in that show.
Well, and the thing is, everything he's done actually makes sense.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it is a great arc.
Yeah.
Well, except
I'm really enjoying Lucky Hank, by the way.
enjoy what?
Lucky Hank.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I'm watching it.
Yeah, it's. I watched the first episode. I was kind of like, it's not really Better Call Saul. I'm not sure. Then I watched the second episode, and it out of nowhere, I can get choked up by a good show, right? But it usually takes like a little bit of time for me to get to like the characters enough to have that effect.
Mm-hmm.
End of the second episode, it hit me already, and I'm like, what the fuck? The acting and thing is just that good.
Yeah, I'm so happy the final season of Better Call Saul finally came to Netflix, so I'm checking that out now, and it's about halfway through it. I'm gonna hate when it's over because I love that show.
Yeah, I gotta get on that
It
one
ends
too.
so well.
Yeah, I didn't think I heard people say it's a better show than Breaking Bad, but I agree. It really is. There is something special about that one.
Well, I mean, it's also you get to grow on what you already built, so
Yeah.
you're not making the same type of mistakes.
I mean,
Hopefully, if you grow.
The last time you see Nacho Varga in that show is unbelievable. What an amazing exit a character makes on a show. I don't think I've ever seen a character leave a show with such an unbelievable, like just an unbelievable, powerful, ending of him, exiting the show. Like it's really fucking good. Cut my paper down.
Oh, I need to take a break here.
So, what is Lucky Hank on?
We're breaks allowed, man.
What streaming service is Lucky Hank?
It's an Apple show.
Oh, it is Apple. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that one up then. So I like Bob Odenkirk, so
Yeah, he's great.
He's actually, as good as he was in Better Call Saul, he's got a lot more nuanced character here in Lucky Hank. And it's just, I don't know how to put this. It's it's a better performance. It's not as dynamic as Better Call Saul. I don't know that anything.
Well, I mean,
could
that
be.
character's kind of
I
over
don't
the
know how to
top.
put that. But wow, does he do such an amazing job playing this really damaged writer, teacher guy.
Oh, cool.
But you're saying it's uplifting?
No?
Oh, I thought you said that. I misunderstood. That's why I was like, wait a second. We're going down different paths here. Yeah, because I don't know. I've kind of had my fill on damaged goods shows, but
Been watching. I think it's called Unhinged or something like that. That's been fantastic.
There's a show that everyone's raving about, and it's about a road rage incident that damages these people, and it just gets worse because they keep acting out on it.
Oh, you're talking about Beef.
Yeah,
Beef.
and I gotta say what Stefan just said about damaged people shows. I don't think I can watch Beef right now with the way the world is.
Yeah. You binge on them.
Yeah.
We watch a lot of
There's a few shows like that are just like meh. Just puts me in a mood.
I find some of those shows like I used to like when I was watching Breaking Bad. I remember not being able to watch like more than 2 episodes at a go because I just found the show so like such a huge anxiety spike. Like the show would just stress me out. And I find sometimes Better Call Saul is like that as well. Like, cause sometimes it's just funny and vengeful and awesome, and other times just like holy fuck, that got dark. Like I love his brother Chuck. I love Mike McKean, the actor. I love Spinal Tap. I love everything that guy's ever done. Like he was such an amazing character in that show. And again, like the ending, like his ending is so unbelievably horrible to imagine. And just the fallout of that and everything and what it does to him. And it's just it was just so much. I don't know what I'm doing with this. What am I doing with this?
I've just been watching The Tick on Hulu.
The live action?
Animated.
Oh, the animated. Nice.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
that's good
and
stuff.
that's uplifting right there.
Well, I haven't seen it long, and I forgot how good it was. I was like, oh my god,
brilliant! Yeah, it's so good.
I was trying to get a watch party going on that, but no one ever joined in. So I've been watching on my own because it's still worth it.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, what am I doing now? What am I doing? I don't know what I want to do. Well, let's do this.
We're doing on time.
We are about 20 minutes out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes. Son of a bitch.
And I think I'm done.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of it.
That looks pretty again. Oh, you guys. Holy. Oh, that looks awesome too, Jason. Wow. I got my back to you guys open, John. Oh, that looks cool too, man. That's awesome. Crazy. What am I doing here? Anyone got any shows coming up? Like conventions?
No, nothing for this year.
For this year at all, eh?
Well, yeah, nothing
Yeah.
for the immediate.
Yeah.
September Granite Con stuff like
Granite,
that.
yeah, I'll see you at
is
Granite for
most
sure.
likely, yeah.
You going to Granite as well, Jason, at all, or do you ever do that one? Not sure if Jason's here.
I don't know. Yeah, dude, I think he might have stepped away.
Oh, I forgot to mention, because the company didn't bother telling anyone. I did an 8-page story in the Frazetta-verse free comic book day thing, which is next week.
Oh,
Oh,
neat.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
The Death Dealer book?
yeah,
Sweet.
Wow.
yeah. It was kind of an interesting experience working with these people. Like I think Mike and I talked about this offline. So it was not a repeat experience, but I got Death Dealer off my bucket list.
Yeah. I'm still mad I never got to do a cover for that book, man. There were so many fucking bad covers too. I'm sorry to say. There were some terrible ones. I would have done one for free standing on my head. You know what I mean? Like I would have killed to do one of those.
First off, don't apologize.
Yeah, I mean they got some of the regular, like the people who are always doing covers for like Dynamite and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then they got some like, who the fuck did that person, kill to get that job?
Oh, I know. It's like it, and because I'll be honest with you, we like Big Country Comics. I had reached out to them and said, "Hey, man, I would love to do one of these." And Justin got back to me and was like, "Dude, I would love to do it too, but the numbers on this is nuts. Like for the most stripped down, bare bones, basic, like no glitz, no glamour copy to do a variant cover for that book. The minimum was like something crazy, but the cost was astronomical. Like it was way more than anyone else was charging to do variant covers. So like it was just way well outside it. Like he's like, I would have to partner with 4 other stores to make this happen. And it just didn't happen, unfortunately. But my God, like I'm still mad about that one. Like I'm mad about the Turtles, like the Last Ronin stuff that I missed out on in this last run. I just like, God damn, like it would have been so cool. But the Death Dealer would have been such a special one for me to do. Like any Frazetta fan is going to lose their mind at a chance to play with those characters. So. That would have been the coolest thing ever if I could have done that.
Yeah. So since I made a post about it today on social media, I've already had like 5 stores say, "Hey, you want to do free comic?" I go, "No."
Are you doing any free comic book day appearances at all, or?
Nope.
Nope.
I got to tell you, it's like I know the point of free comic book day, but it is so weird. I understand that the stores are spending money, the comics are free, but I would go and I would raise money for charities. I'd put out a tip jar, Hero Initiative or Food Bank or something like that.
Yeah.
And I get people upset that I was asking for money for sketches, and they'd go, "It's free comic book day,
Oh, I know. I'll be honest. The last couple experiences at Free Comic Book Day I've had have been the same. They end up being really big sales day for the stores if they do those things right. Like I know guys who will go in there and get their arms full of free comic books, and then they'll actually spend a shit ton of money on comics while they're there. It ends up being sometimes for comic shops the kind of the best sale day of the year, but other times. I mean, I've gone there. Yeah, I end up doing just free sketches because no one's going there expecting to really spend any money, and I'm a little bit leery. Well, this I've never been to this store before in its current iteration. It's called Enter the Battlefield here in Oakville, and it's a gigantic store. I'm going to be there with my friend Dan Orgill, and I believe Megan Huang might be showing up as well. But it used to be Comic Connection. That's my hometown store. I used to do that that one every year. But yeah, I've never really made a lot of money at them because again, people go in and they're like, "What? I got to pay you for these? Aren't these free?" And like, I have to put. It's the only thing I do that I have to put price tags on, because otherwise people just walk up, they just grab them and walk up to the cash, and it's like, wow. So yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna go and try to hang out and do some free sketching, and I don't know, maybe grab some free comic books myself. But I don't really know. Beyond that, I have no expectations of really having a great day out there. I'll probably just use that as a chance to connect with humans because I don't do that very often in the real world. So,
Well, yeah, I was kind of hoping to go to TCAF this weekend.
Me too.
Still trying to hope to go tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it.
Yeah, I never go. One day I'd like to actually go and attend there, like actually have a booth and stuff. But I think when Dodge is finished, that'll be something I can do. They don't look at illustrators though. They don't want illustrators. They want indie comics people. So getting published by big publishers and getting covers for Dynamite and DC and people like that doesn't actually matter a whole lot to the TCAF. You gotta have a comic book that you've made yourself to even qualify to get in, which I understand.
I would say, don't you have one of those though?
Oh, I technically do. I just have no copies of it because it's all crowdfunded stuff from the Kickstarter. And right now we have to hang on to whatever copies we have for the next Kickstarter so we can, until we know how many more we have to print of different issues and things. But yeah, because we ran out of a few things. Ran out of issue 2s. If you got an issue 2 of Dodge out there, hang on to it because there ain't none left. So
I got one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take that back.
Yeah. Send the repo men over.
Find you coming in dressed like a ninja in the middle of the night.
That's just his night.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, it's just a Saturday.
Yes.
You should probably plug in your phone.
It is plugged in.
Oh, you should probably figure that out because it's losing power. You're down to 9%.
Oh shit.
That's max resolution for you.
Is the other end plugged into the
I
wall?
get you.
Yeah, I mean it's plugged in.
Oh, weird.
Let me close a couple of pages here. And...
It's off-brand chargers for you.
The next Kickstarter is going to be to get everybody webcams.
Yeah.
Fuck this phone
I
shit.
got a webcam.
I don't know what I'm doing with this. It'll come to me
What
eventually.
you got here? 15 more minutes.
Yeah, they're about, yeah. I mean, if you guys are wrapping up, we can wrap up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pause on the burning. Come back to this for the end.
Put a big tree or something.
Oh, there's very
Happy
wet still.
Whoops.
Actually, let's move on to washes here. Yeah, I don't know about this.
And Rob said he's not even on the show, and I've convinced him to get new gear set up. I am.
That's pretty good.
Hey, shout out to Murray if he's watching. I don't know if he is. I think he's at the Calgary Comic Con this weekend, so he's probably seeing Calgary Expo rather. He's probably seeing Hugh and all those guys there, which
Oh, nice.
hope he's having a good time. If he's
Yeah.
Calgary's a great show, so I hope everyone's having an awesome time. It's used to be the show here in Canada in terms of sales, and the legendary sales that have happened at that place have been something thing of legend anyway.
Back when they had all that oil money.
Back when they had all that oil money, yeah. The only time I've ever been to Calgary was the month where that all fell apart. And yeah. For years, Hugh Rookwood was like, "You got to come to Calgary, man. It's gonna fucking blow your mind." Like, I had a $12,000 weekend last time I was there, just selling $10 prints all weekend long. Like he, literally just fucking cleaned house, and he couldn't believe how amazing the show was. And he always has the same primo spot in the show. Like he's been going for years and years and years. So he's like, yeah, man, people out there got money. He had people who would come to his table. They'd flip through his whole portfolio book of prints. There'd be 48 prints in there. And they'd be like, okay, give me one of each. And that'd be like the first sale of the day, $10 prints, 48 of them. Boom. Just like that. Like all day, all weekend long, he was selling prints like that. He said it was fucking mental. And then, you know, I went the following year. I finally got into the show and I was all stoked. Man, I brought 150 pounds of gear with me on the plane. I had books to sell. I had all kinds of shit to sell. I came back with just about everything I brought with me, with my tail between my legs and about $2.5 grand in the hole, going, what the fuck just happened, man? It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. And yeah, that was the month that the oil went from something ridiculous. Like it was, oh man, I can't remember how much it plummeted, but it went down to something like, I don't know what the actual numbers were, but if it was $45 a gallon, it went down to something like $7 a gallon. Like it just plummeted. Like everyone lost their shit. Everyone lost their shirts overnight pretty much. And yeah, it was a whole different Calgary that I got to experience.
You're saying it's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
Mike
up.
Rooth, bad luck charm.
Just ruined Calgary forever. Ruined it.
Ruined.
But man, they took good care of us out there, though. That was pretty amazing. It was before Fan Expo took over the show. It was still kind of like I don't know. It was more of an
you don't need to say any more after that statement.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to disparage him too much, but the show definitely changed after that. And before that, it was a whole different show. But man, they served us like fresh made pizza that day. In the morning you could have your choice of like porridge or different kinds of breakfast options. It was all hot, served to your table.
Okay, I'm going to point out that you're probably the first person that's ever got excited about getting porridge.
Yeah, I mean, alive, though, man.
Porridge, man.
It was fucking epic. It was great.
Medium, just right.
Yeah, everyone heard the excitement in his voice on that too, right? They give me porridge.
They served us.
You know what? Most shows give you nothing. You're lucky to get water or 3-year-old Halloween candy whipped at you hard from a volunteer at some of the shows. But the fact that they served us hot meals and there was no question, they'd bring you a menu. Man, I was like, what is this place? This is amazing.
Did we talk about what Fan Expo did the last time I went?
No.
What happened?
They accidentally, this is what they say, they accidentally sent Canadian guests menus.
Oh,
and
right.
Without telling them, didn't serve them the lunch that they ordered.
How insulting, eh? I know. It's that's pretty grim.
Wait, what'd they do?
So they don't serve their local guests. Like if you're a Canadian at a Canadian Fan Expo show, you ain't getting a sandwich. You ain't getting a hot lunch. It's just the way they do it, man. They take care of their out of town guests, but out of town very often means out of country. Out of country.
Michael Walsh got his lunch.
Oh, I'm not surprised that the guys that the kind of more name guys do. I guess I don't know what to say about that. Like I remember going there and taking a tally one year, and I actually created like a Jolly Roger style flag on my table with a sandwich. It was a black flag with a sandwich and a sword sticking through the sandwich, as if to say, "Please don't deliver sandwiches here, for I am not of sandwich caliber." Even though my badge is exactly the same as the fucking dude next to me who just got served a hot lunch. And we're sharing a table, and you brought him a menu, checked your clipboard, stepped past me, and served the person next to me instead. Like,
Oh, shit.
I don't want to make a big deal of it because we're talking about a $3 fucking sandwich. However, the fact that I've been able to tell this story for like 8 years, you know what I mean? And that the fact that the story remains to be true and keeps on becoming more true every year, because people tell the same thing. Like there's a whole joke about how Canadians don't get sandwiches at Canadian shows, but all the Americans do. It's because they're trying to take care of the out of town guests, which I totally understand. But I have to commute into Oakville from Oakville to Toronto to do that show. I had 3-hour drives that night to get to and from that show. I mean, I'm not saying I needed that $3 sandwich, but just to be included in the conversation about the fucking sandwich would have been nice, considering that we all had the same badge on, right? I mean, we all supposed to be recognized as comic book guests. We all have the same badge and we're getting the same kind of, whatever status on the map. So why can't we be served the same lunch? That was my only question. And anyway, I'm sorry that you got served a menu and they didn't serve you lunch. At least you didn't have someone stand in front of your table, check their menu, look at your face, check their menu again, and step past you and serve the next person. Like, that was brutal to sit there and be like, oh, I guess I'm not getting a sandwich. And then that made it brutal because the artists on either side of me who did get sandwiches looked at me and said, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, what can I tell you guys? You're out of town.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah,
you're out of town guest.
I want next time I want him to tell the Ric Flair story, bookend with this story to see which one has the rage the most, because wow, there's a lot of heat. No, and rightfully so, but a lot of heat coming through the microphone right now.
It's just, it's just time and time again, year and year over, it's just kind of, okay, we're talking about a sandwich here, guys. But to be fair, I get invited to the show. I'm very happy to be at that show. It's just a thing. It's just a little thing that ends up being a bigger thing, because if they think artists don't talk about stuff like this, they're crazy. That's really what it is. So
I got to say, the rationale behind them not feeding guests is bullshit.
It's
embarrassing. They make so much goddamn money.
It's embarrassing is what it is.
There's like 50 people, they won't give what cost them $2-3 worth of food.
Yep.
Right? They don't give us a decent green room. Right? And it's basically contempt. If they put your name in the flyer, you're a guest and they're using your name to advertise.
Mm-hmm.
They should compensate you for more than the half table they give you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a strange thing. It's always nice to go to a show where they actually treat the comic book guests like the same as they treat the celebrity guests, like that's a nice feeling. And there's a lot of shows that do that. A lot of shows are very no frills, though. I mean, a lot of shows don't give you a lot of anything. You get your table, and some shows you got to rent your chair separate from your table, but in other cases, they really do take care of their guests because you're a guest. Like, you hear stories about guys like Larry Hama going to a Comic-Con and not being allowed in the green room because they're not, Carrie Elwes or someone from like the Deadwood show. But he's the guy that, worked on fucking G.I. Joe. And if you can't let Larry Hama, you know what I mean, into the guest room to have a sandwich, then what kind of fucking show are you running? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gonna have to create something here. I don't know. Some kind of a background.
I am out of it.
You're done. You've had it.
I'm about
I've
there
been
too.
I've been inking and drawing on shit since about 7 o'clock this morning.
That's a long day. That's a long day. Yeah.
Scanned.
I have a lot to finish tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this done tonight. I'm not sure how far I'm gonna take it, but I gotta work on Dodge tomorrow. So whatever I don't get done tonight, we're gonna call it done.
Probably have about an hour and a half worth of tweaks on the
Yeah.
finished up, and then get the brush loaded with white, fix all my little screw ups.
Well, I'm just happy I'm done. I hate to leave things to finish after,
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it turned out great, man. Look at that. I love